Hi YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today we're gonna go on a journey through all of the newest maps in Phasmophobia. Recently, of course, we had the Tanglewood rework, which has luckily been quite the success. I was very afraid when they did this rework. Now there has been far more than that in recent years because of course we had Tanglewood, we had Nells Diner, Grafton, Bleasdale, Point Hope, and then I am also going to count Maple Lodge and Sunny Meadows because those feel very different. For especially Sunny Meadows is a very different version of Asylum than we had when the game first came out. So in this video, I thought we'd go through a bit of a journey through all of these new maps to see how they compare to the old maps that you might know if you haven't played this game for a long time, and see the quality difference, especially when it comes to the details, some of the story, some of the secrets on these maps are really cool. So we're gonna just have a good time, and I also have all of the tier 3 items, so it's gonna be quite the nice investigation. I hope you enjoy. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into the game. Let's go. Spin the wheel. Oh, rain. Are we gonna get blood moons on this? That would be sick. Now we're gonna start. Will we get a Gallo, by the way? We're gonna start on Tanglewood, where we're gonna go through all of the new maps. Now, I personally really enjoy. It is regular rain. I personally really enjoy the new Tanglewood. I think this is the least impactful rework because it stays very, very true to the original Tanglewood, whereas after this one we're immediately going to see huge changes. If you know the old Grafton or the old Bleasdale, the reworks are just entirely different maps, which is why I understand that some people say they should have just added new maps instead of reworking them, because they are just they don't have the old Grafton and Bleasdale feel whatsoever. We instantly found the ghost, which is very nice. We have a ghost in the living room, which is important to know because if we've flipped this up another time and it suddenly is a different room, we can immediately rule out Goryo. And we're going to turn on some lights here so we can see. Turn on the lights over here as well, because this is going to be our looping spot, which look at all this. Now I'm going to do the least detail-oriented playthrough on Tanglewood because we've done so many heavy looks at Tanglewood in the last like 5 videos, because I've been obviously playing on this map all the time because I absolutely enjoy Tanglewood, and the rework kept it largely the same, so I still love this map. And I do think there's also new opportunities now, like with the looping spots, and the kitchen and the basement are kind of cool. Especially the basement opens up like a possibility for you to loop crawling ghosts, which you usually have a lot of trouble with on basically any loop except this one. It's really the only loop. There's like one specific loop on Sunny Meadows where you can do this as well. It's like the surgery room has a loop where you can loop a crawling ghost, but besides that, this loop here is like really nice because you can look underneath it. Plus, this place in general is really nice. I mean, look at this. We got a damn train. Ding, 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 ding. This is so cool. I love it. Let's see what we got here. Do we have any Orbeez? I keep forgetting, man. I keep... like, the old light switch for the living room used to be there. When will I learn? Ooh, we turn on a light. That means it's not going to be a mare. Can you give me a sign? Yeah, so the weather is much more impactful now here as well. I'm not seeing any orbs. If you stand next to a window, you're gonna hear a lot more rain sounds than before. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Oh, we have spirit box. I'll put the writing work down. Should also keep this light on over here so I can make my way out without any lights. Also keep your sanity in check, because I did use the mirror, so we should be pretty low already. Yeah, we're already at 68 right now, 70%, something like that. And we have spirit box as our first evidence. We're playing nightmare mode, so we're only going to get 2 evidence. I think that's like a fun way to do, to still use the evidence items, but also we need to use a little bit more advanced knowledge, which is always fun and educational if you don't know much about that yet. We're gonna do salt, and then I definitely want this, and we're gonna get 1 more evidence. I will take this just in case we get an easy footprints here. comment to give you the prime. Thank you. We did not see Orbeez. Sunny Meadows rework? There's not gonna be a Sunny Meadows rework. I mean, I wouldn't expect it because they already did so much work on that map, like it's one of the new maps. Now they are doing, I technically, or I like, still feel, stop, that Willow is also a new map personally. But since they're gonna rework that map this year, I did not include it in the new list for this video right here. Because I just feel like that's a little silly. Bros? Excuse me. Can you step in the salt or are you a Gallo maybe? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Gallo energy? Where are you? Close? It might actually be a Gallo. Yo! Oh shit! Well. Did you see that? So it stepped in this salt, which activates the Gallo ability. As soon as it steps in the salt, uses a crucifix, or gets stunned by a smudge stick, it activates enraged mode, which causes the following. It causes it to never step in any other salt. It causes it to be really angry, such as this ghost right here. It's faster right now, as you can hear. A little bit. I think it stepped in the salt. So it's faster, and it also hunted earlier. That's also a believer win, right? Holy shit. Wait a minute. You want to go say hi? Let's go. Easy peasy. So yeah, Gallo is a really cool ghost. It's a really interesting ghost that at first I had such a hard time with figuring out how it worked. But then, okay, it only gonna step in one salt, so I wanted to make sure to get that video. But once you, especially when it comes to the salt, once you get a hang of it, it's such a nice, easy way to figure it out. Because it's kind of like the Wraith's little brother, where you can figure it out with the salt only. Now, we did actually lose a bunch of sanity because of the ghost event, I guess. We got all the audio. We're not gonna get the parabolic microphone, but we could maybe get a photo. I think what we're gonna do is quickly cause some mayhem in there with some stuff right here, just to get some added media. Because we can literally just do one more hunt here, and we can get so much stuff from it. I'm gonna place that. We can also hear, it's gonna be fast again. So that's the danger of a Gallo, is that if you place like all the salt at once, like I usually do, it's basically gonna be permanently enraged. So let's say I only placed one salt. If it hunted, it would be enraged, and then afterwards it will be slow until well, fuck, until it steps in another salt, which if there's a bunch of salt in the room, it's just gonna immediately step in the salt and be immediately enraged again, and then start hunting early again, and then everything just goes downhill from there if you're not familiar with this behavior. Now, it gives itself away really easily because that's really obvious. Like, it's faster when it's hunting. You can also smudge it during the hunt, which we're gonna try. I should put this over here. It's gonna be a little scuffed. Don't use it yet. Don't use it yet. Yo, roaming Pookie, thank you for the 5 gifties. Thank you so much. I want to get this crucifix video right here, which you're gonna use in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it. You're off tempo. Oh shit! Oh, come on. It was like 95% filled. Did you see that? Insanely rude. That's fine, I guess. Okay, we can still get video. I'm kind of scared to be here right now. I want to back off a little bit. Unfortunately, these candles are fake, by the way. You can't actually light them because of performance issues, which is a shame. I think we're just gonna go for the hunt right now. I'm gonna drop this here. I'm gonna try and get that video during the hunt. Also, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It is a glass. What the fuck is that? Why can't I see through it? But then on this side, there's... Not sure about that one. Anyway. CJ moment. Let's just... Wait! Oh, shit! Did you see that? It moved ghost rooms. What the fuck? What the fuck? Give me that. Give me that. You're crazy, man. Yo! Oh, shit. I'm gonna go over here, smudge it, and then watch this photo. Boom. Boom. Fuck. Goodbye, cruel world. I don't want to talk about it, man. Get me out of here. Actually, nah, I got this. No smudge stick, no problem. Actually, maybe problem, but not my problem. Watch this. Boom. Instant photo. How does he do it? Wait, it's slow now. Because of the... So this is exactly... If it doesn't use the crucifix after a hunt like that, I did smudge it. But it was already enraged, I guess. So once the hunt is over, it goes slow mode. Until it... I think it's forever slow, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Like, it's forever slow until it either uses a crucifix, you smudge it, or you get, or it steps in the salt. Which, any of that is extremely likely to happen. So it means that it's gonna be enraged almost all the time. But if you know it's a Gallo and you need to do, like, stuff during the hunt, you can, on purpose, not use any salt and stuff like that to, make it much slower and easier to deal with during a hunt if you want to take a video or something like I just, or wanted to take a video and a photo. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here. We saw quite some behavior. So yeah, I didn't do much of a detailed review there of Tanglewood because I've already done that so many times. I love the basement, new looping spot. I like the hobby room, by the way, with the puzzle as well. That's really cool. But we've done like over 50 games on YouTube in the last 2 weeks on this map. So I thought that we probably would have some Tanglewood fatigue at this point. However, what I'm not ever gonna get tired of is a believer win. Let's go. We have a 15% believer win because it was indeed a Gallo just now. A 12 million go to the believers. 2 massive payouts of 1.7 million. Good job, guys. All right, so we're gonna go to all of these maps. We're gonna go to Nells, Grafton, Bleasdale, and then of course Maple and Sunny as well, because I think those also feel new to me, and I think I want to start with one of the farmhouses right now. So let's do, I guess, the nicest of the farmhouses. Let's do Bleasdale, and then we'll do the opposite with the super busted one in the Grafton version, which these used to be very, very similar maps. That's no longer the case. These are now very different vibe maps, and they're also completely different from their original versions, which is why I think we were all pretty scared of the Tanglewood rework, because we were like, well, this might completely change the map, you know? Luckily, that didn't end up being the case. All right, will it be an Obambo? This does sound rainy. I don't know if that's Blood Moon. That would be crazy. It's not a blood moon, unfortunately. That would have been sick. All right, we got Joe Lewis here. So could be Diane or Banshee. Yeah, we're on Bleasdale right now, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've gathered, seems to be largely the least favorite of the two. Like, if you ask people about Grafton or Bleasdale, I think people largely like Grafton a little more. I think it is because this map is large, especially compared to what it used to be. It used to be a fairly large map, as well, like back on the previous Tanglewood, but now it's like even bigger. I think just visually this one is so beautiful. Like, I mean, look at this living room right here, so good. Like, you can really tell, like, how different these maps are. Because we were talking about this with CJ in the... When we were talking about the Tanglewood rework. When we played on the new update with CJ. That they want, like, every map to just be such a different experience. And I do think they're working towards a really nice set of maps. Like, with the Tanglewood rework, it's really gotten me excited now for these reworks. Like, it genuinely flipped my entire opinion around. Also, playing a little slower recently has really helped me enjoy these maps more, because it gives you more, like, these maps give you more to look at, which In terms of gameplay, I think they're kind of like not really understanding their own like ghosts very well. Because you saw it when we were playing with CJ, is that like he really wanted the gnome to touch the ghost to touch the gnome, so it would make like a special sound. And I think in the 4 hours that we played, it only did it once. So like, even though every single round we were bringing the gnome into the ghost room, it's just so extremely rare that it almost never happens. So yeah, there's interactions, because one of the things they want with these new maps is to give them fun interactions that you can get sometimes. But there's quite a few of them, unique interactions. Oh man, I broke the breaker. I turned on too many lights. Hopefully it's here. It's not here, unfortunately. But the problem is that the ghosts will just so much rather like touch doors or throw objects around than do the special interactions that they worked so hard for. So I don't know what because if they make it so that if the ghost is in a room with special interactions, it basically always does them, then they don't feel special. So it's kind of like, I don't know what the best solution is. That's why I'm kind of disappointed that they're taking away the old mannequins. I really enjoyed the mannequins. I thought that was such a, like, it was a unique interactions, or a very unique interaction, but because there were so many of them around all the maps, you did get to see it, like, pretty regularly. Like, if you played for a few hours, you were likely to see at least one mannequin teleport. And I feel like if you play for a few hours on these new maps, you're not likely to see some of the new interactions that really are unique. Like, for example, what can happen in this map, which would be really sick if that's gonna happen, is that these mannequins, I think, maybe not these ones actually, I think only the ones in the Grafton seamstress room, no? I don't think, maybe these can move. I feel like they would have done that, right? I think these should be able to move. But maybe the ghost's not gonna be here. It's 10 degrees. Let's check these ones. We have 12 degrees here. Is this all one room? I think yes, right? Maybe? CJ said something about that. I mean, they all seem cold. This one seems the coldest, though. Turn that off, please. And then this one is warmer, so I think these are separate rooms then, if they're very different temperatures. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to... I don't know if I've ever had a ghost in this room. Can it even be in this room? I feel like I almost always have a ghost in this bathroom and never in this one. It's weird. Where are you?
The far
we get spirit box. You have one in the bedroom. Did it use the mannequin? Because that's what I would love to see. Beep 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 beep. Because I do love the mannequin, the old mannequin interactions, and it's kind of, because Tanglewood was like one of the last maps where it still was, the mannequin was still around. And it was just such a cool, like, they were so cool. Like, because if you don't know, they could teleport. If the ghost is in a room with a mannequin, it could teleport the mannequin to another area of the map. Which would lead to these like really creepy moments where you'd suddenly see like a mannequin standing outside of a window and you'd be like, wait a minute. Am I seeing what I'm seeing right now? But because they don't want to like put random spooky stuff necessarily in maps that aren't supposed to be spooky, they have taken them out of Tanglewood, for example, which is a bit of a shame. Alright, we're gonna grab a few other stuff as well, of course. It was really unsettling, especially because they were so, like, non-human. Since they have no arms and no, like, head, there was something super unsettling about them moving. I think I'm actually gonna take this and this one. What's really cool, though, is in Grafton. If we're gonna go to Grafton after this, well, we're probably gonna go to, like, Nells Diner first. But we'll go to Grafton as well. I really like those spooky rooms with the, like, the doll room and the mannequin room are just insanely cool. The problem is, I think that's kind of what's happening more. Now that the maps start being more unique rather than generic, It almost gets this feel. Wait, what the fuck, by the way? Oh, shit. Grandma? I never saw that before. No. Rest in peace, Grandma. I'm assuming. Why is CJ killing all the grandparents? Come on. Rude. Can you give us a sign? Fucked up, man. Poor grandparents. That's the same as the one in Tanglewood, yeah. Same grandpa? Lore? It doesn't... Not to be fucked up or whatever, but there's seemingly nothing in there, because when I shake it, it doesn't sound like anything. Right? Unless they, didn't just... They didn't do the sound effect for that, I guess. I guess they didn't want to throw, like, an urn around to get a sound effect. No, they're not committed to the job. Can you give me a sign? But anyway, what I was gonna say is that with these maps, it does lead to the feeling that sometimes... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Get out of here, man! Spooky grandma! I found grandma, guys. It's okay, it's okay. It does lead to these, like, it feeling like if you don't get one of the cool rooms, you kind of, like, lost at playing on the map, if that makes sense. Like, in this situation, this room is just like, oh, I got a bathroom ghost. Whereas with, like, a generic map like Edgefield and Ridgeview, there's not really any room where I particularly want the ghost to be, you know? Like, I don't really care if it's... I mean, there's some, like, special rooms, but mostly because it's more difficult. Like, the basement or something in, like, Ridgeview is much more difficult. Or on Edgefield as well. So those lead to special situations. But if you're going to Grafton and you don't get a ghost in the, like, the creepy doll room or the creepy seamstress room, it feels like you're not getting the full potential of the map. And you, like, know that that's the case. So it kind of leads to these... like, maybe a slight sense of disappointment, which I think is a little bit of a shame, because they just... Instead of making the maps feel... like, every room is kind of similar, now there's, like, such a clear quality difference between some of the rooms. Which I guess is a good thing that there's interesting rooms rather than everything being generic, but I don't know. I was just trying to give, like, a counterexample of why that could maybe be a bad thing to a certain degree. Anywho, I would like the audio. Can you talk on this thing? Where are you?
Right here.
Right here, apparently. Alright, so we got Spirit Box. We have no writing yet. Maybe we got freezing. We have big time freezing. We have dirty water. We already got EMF, right? We do it good. Did get EMF. I would like a throw. Yo! Oh fuck! I killed myself. Well, the game killed me, but luckily it's a slow ghost. I mean, I should not have to adjust to this stupid bug still being in the game. Like, I know I guess I have to because they seemingly are unwilling to fix it, but the fact that I have to not drop my equipment items if it's specifically a camera, because if I do so, I cannot sprint anymore, is just insanely stupid. Especially since it's been in the game for, like, almost a full year at this point, and they still haven't fixed it. It's, like, unbelievable. Anyway, like, so I mean, I've showed this many times, but if you drop the camera and then sprint, you're fine. But if you are sprinting, I'm not gonna let go of sprint, but you're gonna see that I stop sprinting immediately. Well, I'll turn on the light so it's even more clear. If you are holding a camera, you sprint and then you drop it, I instantly stop sprinting, and I cannot sprint. You can hear that my character runs out of breath like a few seconds later, so it's just like, I don't even know what the bug is. Because I think the game still thinks, wait a minute. Can you just, like, stop sprinting? Is it just like a toggle bug or something? Like, if I sprint, drop, and then let go and sprint it. Oh, shit! Huge deck. Wait, it's a toggle bug. Wait. Huge deck. If you sprint, drop it. If I keep... You see that? I keep... The game still thinks I'm sprinting because after a little while, my character runs out of breath. But I'm not actually sprinting. So wait, you can actually avoid this if this happens. I mean, it's super scuffed, but I guess you now have an option that I did not know about. You can sprint, let go, and then let go of sprint and click it again, and then you can still sprint. I mean, it's it's very scuffed still. Definitely good to know, though. I did not know that until just now. That's crazy. New tech. Let's go. All right, that's huge. Okay, they still should fix it, though. Ah! It's faster tomorrow. Wait, is it? I think so. It sounds much faster now. So it would be... because it was freezing, right? Yeah, it was freezing. I didn't even write that yet. It's not a mimic, unfortunately. Very likely... Yeah, it's so much faster. You hearing that? We should go into the attic. Downside of Bleasdale, of course, is that the ghost hunt is going to be a lot longer. I think we should also quickly take a sanity pill, maybe. Oh. Shit. Whew! Little scuffed right there. My bad. Can you quickly do a ghost event? I want to take a photo. Please, do a ghost event. Do we need a photo? We need cleanse. Cleanse and repel. Wait a minute. We should actually do that. We should do that while I quickly show you, like, the attic. You can also do, like, 2 games on these maps. Just to get, like, a variety of ghost rooms. Not really roaming, even though it's, like, nightmare mode roaming, which is quite high. Corbin, thank you for the 17. Thank you. I mean, it's good to know. So it's really weird. So when you drop your camera, it toggles your sprint to be off. For some reason. Yeah, my sanity is super low. I'm gonna take a pill just to make it so that my sanity, that I won't be like super low for the Moroi, so it's gonna be a little slower. Raj, thank you for the 1 year, and Manuel, thank you for the 32. Now, what's a real big difference about this map and its original version is the outside section here. And it honestly, like, definitely makes the map annoying sometimes. Like, this whole area is actually, like, part of the map. It's not outside. Well, it is outside, of course, but it's not. Like, these doors are still open during a hunt, and the ghost can go between these. So this can be a ghost room, for example, which I actually really like that this ghost room particularly, because the ghost can trigger the motion light. So you'll have, like, you'll be, like, walking around and suddenly the light will turn on outside, and then you'll know, like, the ghost is walking around, which is kind of cool. I like that ghost room for that reason. This ghost room, however, is a complete disaster. This whole area right here, it's just so bad. There's, like, it's so large. There's not really a good way to place your crucifixes unless you have, like, the tier 3, I guess. Plus, there's no good lights here, so you can't prevent your sanity from draining. Evidence doesn't really work that well. Like, it's all kind of annoying. The problem with these lights is, however, that they prevent you from using the spirit box, which is very annoying. So you have to go turn off the breaker in order to do spirit box in these areas. And this can also be a separate ghost room here. This one, which is annoying. There can be a hiding spot here, but I don't have it. And then, of course, the, like, coolest room in this map. Hey, buddy! Mudgy. Oh, shit, you're going the other way. I just wanted to get the objective. You can hear how long it got smudged, by the way. Yeah, I'm trying to sell this house, guys. Anybody? Just ignore the murderous ghost. It's fine. I'll buy it. In this economy, you take anything, honestly. What? I did not really show this well on Tanglewood, but one of the things that really annoys me about these new maps specifically is their, like, fixation on making them so unbelievably dark. I think it's also just because they... like, they're psychotic sometimes. Not to be too rude to the devs, but I really think that it's super annoying that they're designing the game for this, like, horrible FOV. Like, the game is designed to be played on 60 FOV, which is just like, I don't know about you guys, but I just cannot fucking play the game like this. Are you kidding me? It feels like I'm looking through a microscope right now. It's so bad. But you can see that specifically on maps like this, it actually makes such a big difference. Because if you turn off your flashlights, you see nothing. You cannot see shit. It's so heckin' dark. I gotta leave, by the way, to use some sanity pills. It's super, super dark. So that means that only the circle that's illuminated by your flashlight is visible. But that circle scales with your FOV. The lower your FOV, the bigger the circle is. So on 60 FOV, you basically have this big circle in the middle where you can see just fine, right? Like if I walk around, you can see just fine. However, watch this. If I go back to like a reasonable FOV, which I think 90 is like the minimum FOV I usually pick in games, you have suddenly this really small circle in the middle that's lit up. And you really need, for example, like a light switch like this, and then, wow, now suddenly I got a whole field of view. Whereas if I were to go, now if you go back to 60, you have this really zoomed view. Now it's still, I guess if you could get used to this somehow, it might be better if you just eventually get used to the fact that you're looking through like goggles for some reason. But I just couldn't do that because I'm streaming the game, so I'm not just torturing myself, but I'm torturing everybody watching, so I obviously won't do that to you. So I don't really have an option to play the game on anything but 90 FOV. Which just means that I have to deal with, like, the design that's just not made for this FOV, which is unfortunate. Now, this is the really cool room on this one, which also has the tarot cards. Look at that. Let's pull one of them, see what happens. Nothing. Well, I lose sanity, unfortunately. Do I get it back? I get it back. It's a really cool map. Also, I love the storytelling on these new maps. So, this, for example, the tarot cards are here, right? And then you can see, even when the tarot cards are not here, there's these tarot cards on the floor. So, you can see that they got a Fool card, they got a Devil card, and then they pull the Death card, which we know that means there's gonna be a hunt. So, the like, niece, I think it is, that was experimenting with like potions and stuff. You can see here like some occult stuff, some herbs and things of the sort, some like dream catchers, not necessarily occult stuff, but they were experimenting with some things. And then they caused the hunt to happen. And then you can also, like here, you see like some potions, some ingredients, some description right there. And then what is it? You can zoom in on this. It's hard to do. Well, even with 60 FOV, you can't really see it. Oh, you can kind of. They made it maybe a little brighter. But there's like a story here about the girl typing in writing in a diary, like, the ghost is following me. First it was Grafton. Now it's back again for more. Like, it's hunting me or something. That's like the final words. It's coming for me. And then she uses, but she's still dabbling with the occult, which seems like that would not be a very smart thing to do when you know you're being hunted by a ghost. So I love these details. I feel like they're not really doing them very well. Now they are going to be doing a lore update they've talked about, right? CJ was talking about that on the Terrible Trio stream. Where they're gonna like update the lore to be much more involved. What I hope to see in these is this not being like, this is stupid. The fact that the only reason I kind of have an idea of what this says is because I specifically asked people, like, if you have a VR headset, could you like zoom in on this and take a screenshot and send it to me? And someone sent the screenshot to me on Discord, and that's really the only way that you can ever read this text, is by having someone in VR go like this on top of the book and then take a screenshot of their headset. Like, it's stupid that that's required. Like, I can't pick this up. I can't, like, zoom in on it in any way, so how the fuck is anybody supposed... Like, it's cool that this lore is here, and it's interesting. I really enjoy that the lore is here, and now that I know it, it adds new detail to this map. But the fact that it's impossible to know this unless you have, like, a friend in VR or, like, laser eyes that can somehow read, like, 3-pixel text, even with the FOV, it doesn't change it very much. I find that silly. I definitely hope to see them, like, make the lore a bit more clear. Maybe we should go to Grafton after this, because Grafton and this map are very heavily related when it comes to some of the lore, which is really cool. And they've also said that they're gonna be doing more lore. Like in Tanglewood, there's a room that, from the granddaughter, Nancy's room is what it's called. And there was gonna be more lore. We don't really know much about the Tanglewood house, besides that grandparents live there, and the grandparents live there. One of them is dead because there's an urn, and there is a granddaughter, presumably, that lives either there permanently or temporarily, like every now and then. So yeah, I think those things are really cool. Like, this is also a really sick room, by the way. I can't fucking turn on lights with the tarot cards, unfortunately. This room right here, with all of the, like, artifacts. They did definitely upgrade from, oh no, but the story is that the parents and the daughter used to live in Grafton, and then the parents died in the Grafton incident, and then the niece moved in with the grandparents, and then started using the tarot cards and presumably killed the grandparents too. Which I'm not saying it's her fault necessarily, but she was involved in the spawning of the ghost. Oh, and sick, we got this. We got this room here. This is one of my favorite little details, is that there is a handgun here that's been taken out of the box, and you can see, like, you can see that the ghost was affecting these people, because you can see these notes right here are just completely fucked. Like, there's a bunch of the same writing over and over again. Like, the grandpa was definitely not doing very well leading up to this, to the ultimate incident, which I think these are, like, really cool details. It is one of those things that, like, is fun to notice, but it doesn't really impact the gameplay, of course. But I do think it adds to the experience on a map to have, like, a somewhat of a story going on. Anyway, we're gonna pull the rest of the cards, and then we're gonna move. That's Grandpa, by the way, right here. That's Grandpa. And we have granddaughter or niece, I don't know, over here in the study room on the wall. This one right here. There you go. I mean, this map is beautiful. Like, visually, it's really cool. And I definitely think it's, like, a fun map to just go to when you're in the mood for some... I think there's just maps that you go to when you're in the mood for some slow investigation. And then there's always, like, the Tanglewoods and the Ridge Views and the Edge Fields if you want just, like, the regular gameplay-focused investigations. Because here you're gonna be, depending on the ghost room... Like, that really cool attic room is fun, but if you have it there, you're kind of in pain. I could take a photo of this. It doesn't really matter. Because you have to drag all the equipment over there, which is very annoying. And that's also going to be when we get to Point Hope, which we are going to get to Point Hope, of course, in this as well. That's kind of the problem with Point Hope, that yes, visually it's really beautiful, but gameplay-wise, it just gets slowed down so much because of the long distances you have to walk, which I think... That type of gameplay is just so boring. Having to drag your equipment from the truck to the attic just slows down the gameplay so much that you also don't really... I think the problem with that as well is that you don't even really get to experience the cool ghost room. Because by the time you've dragged all your shit into the ghost room, you have... like low sanity, and you're gonna get hunted, and you're not even really gonna spend much time in the ghost room. So like, it kind of defeats the purpose of having those cool rooms. So yeah, I mean, that was also, we did a bit of a tour there. We already knew it was a Moroi for quite a bit, so that was a bit of a longer investigation that way. So now let's go to the polar opposite map. So that was Bleasdale, which I think visually is really cool. I just don't think the go to it because it's a medium map. It's also considered to be a medium map, so you do get the bigger payout. But the fact that it is a medium map, and when you're playing solo most of the time, it just makes the gameplay much more slow. So that's why I personally go to Grafton a lot more, which we're gonna visit right here. And I think Grafton is a really cool horror-focused map. Like, there's so many cool little details on this map. And there is also lore related to Bleasdale. Not a ton, but definitely some. Yo, Mago, what's up? We got Holly Craft here. Alrighty, let's get in there, shall we? Let's see. So we have outside already. It's a bit dark. Once again, Bleasdale and Grafton both have the extreme darkness, like where if you turn off your flashlight, it's pitch black. You can't see shit. Which, especially on Grafton, is kind of even more annoying because there's so many broken lights and like sparkling lights in this one because it's supposed to be a ran down building, you know? We have chickens. Unfortunately, the chickens are fake. Because if you look through here, you don't see any chickens. They're fake chickens. They put like a radio in there making a chicken sound effect. You can't... I was like, can you break these? That would be fucked up. They're very pointy eggs, these ones, still. Anyway. We got ghost chickens. And of course, we got this like beautiful look of the house. Now, unfortunately, because it's not sunrise, you don't really get to see it. Which, by the way, once again, a reminder that I'm playing this on absolute turbo brightness. If you set it to the normal brightness, like, good luck. It's actually unbelievable. Wow, dude. I can't imagine anybody playing the game like this. Are you fucking kidding me? How could you play the game like this? There's literally nothing to see, bro. It's just complete darkness. Like, at least when you set it to 250, you can see somewhat. Which there used to be for the longest time. I don't know if this is still the case, because I haven't really... Like, there was that one time where I played on console, which I, like, had default settings for. There used to be a long time where the default settings had 0% brightness. So sometimes you'd watch, like, a YouTuber who had no idea what they were doing playing Phasmo for the first time, and their game would just look like this. Their game would just... This is how they would play the game, and it was so painful to watch. Oh, luckily, I think they changed that now. It was very stupid. So yeah, anyway, here we go. Entrance, we have a nice light right there, and we have a busted up light at the top. So I really do love this sparkly effect. It's kind of sick. Very dangerous, but very cool. And it does provide actually like a somewhat decent amount of light. And then you have another one, like the living room here, where there's a ton of light. If you turn on all of these, you can see very, very well. However, you give up 3 light switches for this, which is what they've been doing more and more on these reworked maps and the new maps, is that they have, like, really gone wild on the performance improvements when it comes to specifically lights, where they have made... Like, rooms that have multiple lights in them, every single light is a separate light switch. So, this wouldn't be a problem. The main reason this is a problem is that there's a maximum amount of light switches you can light before all of the light switches turn off. So, if I... Like, in this room, I give up 3 light switches instantly, so you cannot really set up, like, a path of safety or anything, which can be kind of annoying. Like, here, there's only 1 light switch. Here, I think there's also only 1 light switch, which... By the way, welcome to the Grafton kitchen. Very ran down. This map is one of the maps where weather is very, very important. Like right now, we have clear or windy. I think it's clear weather even. And it's so much easier to play this map on clear weather than it is on like rain. Because on rain, this looping spot basically becomes impossible to use. Because you can no longer hear the ghost while you're looping it. Which means that unless you have a smudge stick and you're looping it standing up, you're not going to be able to like properly loop the ghost at all. Which is a bit weird. We have no breaker back here. The breaker can be right there. We have a breaker up in the attic, I guess then. So that, these rooms, the kitchen... don't really have much lore. We have over here, though. Oh, I didn't show that on Bleasdale, but on Bleasdale in the attic, you have some fun Easter eggs relating to old Bleasdale. You have some of the paintings that used to be on the wall in the old version of Bleasdale, as well as, like an old mannequin laying around. You did see them if you paid attention, but I didn't point them out at the time. Right here, we have the same painting that hangs in, Bleasdale. The grandpa painting, that's why I pointed that one out. So clearly these maps were inhabited by the same family or even same people. Based on the diary in Bleasdale that the niece wrote, it seems like this house was inhabited by 2 parents and a child. And that child is the girl that lives in the attic on the other Bleasdale, or on Bleasdale. And the parents passed away in whatever led to this place starting to fall apart like this, caused by the ghost that was haunting Grafton. Just really cool to have that detail, to have those pieces of lore. We have a voodoo doll. Now this is one of my favorite rooms in all of Phasmo, pretty much. However, I've really only had the ghost in this exact room maybe 4 times. Not even, I don't think. I've had it less than 5 times in this room ever. Now that's also partly my fault because I don't tend to go to this map as much as I go to Tanglewood, for example. So that's why I'm very excited for them to... Now that I know that Tanglewood has not been ruined, I'm excited to see like the Willow rework, so that those maps that I often play on will get the same type of treatment as this. Well, not look exactly this fucked up, of course, but have interesting rooms that you are gonna have fun if the ghost is gonna be in that room. Alright, so we have a voodoo doll, but we're just gonna leave that be for a second. Now, all these mannequins, by the way, can move. Especially these can teleport around the map as well. And they'll spawn, like, behind you in weird poses sometimes. Like, you hear, like, crackling behind you, you turn around, and there's a mannequin. Which I think kind of is a miss, honestly. Like, I know that's... I completely lost my mind when it happened to me once. Which it really only happened once to me. I don't think I've had it seen... I have seen it again. But... it's a lot less, like, spooky, because it's really just like a kind of a jump scare, basically. It's like a one-time jump scare where it just spawns behind you and you get startled. But it doesn't lead to those moments where you're like, wait a minute, and then you walk up to a window and there's like suddenly a mannequin standing outside the window. Like, they don't do that anymore, which is kind of a shame. Yo, Captain, thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Thank you. Something you notice is that each rework has been done perfectly in line with their unchanged loading flavor text. Given this, my theory for when Richwood gets its rework is that it will be a fixer-upper aesthetic. Oh, hello. Not like Grafton to reflect the lack of regular upkeep due to the history of deaths in the house outlined in the loading text. Interesting. That's heavy theory. I've not realized that they kept all the loading screen text the same. Because the problem is that when you load each game in like half a second, you only get to see the text for half a second, which means like before you could read this text, you could read the text of the maps without loading into the maps, but you can't do that anymore. It only shows the text for the split second that it loads, which I guess if your computer is slower, you can actually read them, but I can't read them. Anyway, we found the ghost, so we're gonna go check that out. This is not one of the spooky rooms. Another big thing, gameplay-wise, about Grafton is that rooms that have broken windows or open ceilings are actually considered outside by the game in terms of temperature, which means that you're gonna have wild swings of temperature going around this map. Like, some room will be 20, and then another room will suddenly be 5 degrees, and then it'll be 20 again. Like, it'll be going up and down. Which can be quite annoying. It can basically make the tier 1 thermo, like, completely unusable. It's so insanely annoying to use the tier 1 thermo on this map. Like, I definitely would not recommend going to this map until you have at least unlocked the tier 2 thermo. Because you'd really just be pulling your hair out if you have a shy ghost. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French? Are you pizza? Are you grandma? Are you naked? Hello. Where was that? Well, somewhere. Here we go. Go! Light switch? I don't know if you can get UV on that. So we have not a mare. Let's see if it's freezing. Yo, hello! Nice. And then we try spirit box. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French? Are you pizza? Are you grandma? Where are you? broken guitar. The ghost can actually interact with the guitar, by the way. EMF. Okay. I'm gonna grab some other stuff. Should probably also get a sanity pill. Yeah, so the thing with this map, gameplay-wise, that you really need to make sure is that you turn on lights. Because without the lights, you're gonna be in a situation like this where you have to run to safety and you just don't see anything. Like if you don't have a flashlight, you're just gonna die. You're gonna walk into a wall and then get stuck and then get found by the ghost. So you gotta... I think usually what I do is like I set up the living room light switch is a quick one to just like have a place where there's a bunch of furniture you can hide behind if you have to. So always just turn on the living room light basically, and then you can also do the kitchen light because there's a looping spot there if you want to go loop the ghost. I'm gonna take a sanity pill. Multiplayer wise, like maps like this are so hard, I would imagine, because in multiplayer your sanity drops faster. There's like a double problem with sanity when it comes to multiplayer. Triple maybe even. There is more people, which means your sanity drops faster, because in multiplayer your sanity just drops faster. And I think the reason they did that is because you have to take all the equipment solo in single player, so they it takes a little longer going through the map to bring the equipment in. So to counteract that, they give you a little bit more time with higher sanity, which makes sense. I do think that it's a reasonable thing to do. But when you're playing single player, you also have 100% of the sanity pills for only your sanity, which means that it's basically like having 4 times 4 sanity pills, like having a sanity pill for everybody. Instead of having to share them between the whole team. Like, it's kind of weird how the more people you have, the less sanity pills you have per person, right? So they become really, really weak when you're in a team of 4. Because then you can, like, one time maybe use sanity pills in a way that leads to, like, you not getting chain hunted. But almost always, once the ghost starts hunting, you'll be in a situation where you're just non-stop gonna get hunted. Oh, shit. Yo, we got ghost riding. Hello there. Which is, can be a bit annoying. Or we can get a photo of that as well. Look at that. We did not get freezing yet, right? 2.4 degrees. Can you give me a sign? Oh. Not shadow again. No, you fucker! Yo, Luna the K, thank you for the 10 gifties. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. This is actually kind of a nice room because you're gonna have the lights turned on properly in that one. Holy sub bomb. We would like to check for fingies with some salt and then also take the sound recorder here. So what's actually like borderline OP in Phasmo, especially when playing single player, well, mostly when playing single player, is keeping really good track of your sanity. Like every time you go to the truck like this and you see that you're lower sanity, taking a sanity pill, putting yourself back up to like 90%, you just get like so much time to investigate the ghost, which can be really fun actually, like just spending all the time until you found all the evidence. Because I tend to play on nightmare mode where you kind of need hunts. But if you play on difficulties where you get all the evidence, you can just spend time in the ghost room until you find every single piece. And then you can just leave without even getting a hunt, which is kind of like a cool challenge as well. It's not really that difficult, but... did I bring... I did have salt, yes. Let's see. Master bedroom also is in fact... Yeah, this is considered to be inside. But it's cold now, of course, because the ghost is here. Now, it might start roaming out of here, which would be unfortunate. Oop. And we have feet. Okay, so we have UV writing. Interesting. And we got some settling of the house. Kristen Bambi, thank you for the 2 months. Do we have fingies on that one though? We do. I guess this map specifically is kind of Here, the tier 3 might actually be better than the tier 2 UV, because situation like this, you can't really set up the UV very well. And the way that this works is you either have to throw the UV in such a way that it illuminates the fingerprint and then just take a photo, or you have to charge it by holding it like this until it gets really bright, and then toggle away, and it slowly fades out right now until it becomes invisible again. And in this time, you need to take the photo or it's not gonna count. It's not like back in the day when you could just take a photo of a window without any UV and then it would count, you know? Those are crazy things that we could do back then, but not anymore. God damn. I gotta be put on my hater pants for a second here. That I think these sound effects are cool, but they actually don't fit the game very well. And I think they have like Ghost Watchers vibes to me, where they're kind of pointless because the ghost doesn't do them. They repeat like over and over again, kind of. Like, cause you just, once you've heard these sounds, they just repeat. It's like playing on the Sunny Meadows, where there are so many like spooky, like sometimes you will just hear like someone walking in the hallway. Yeah, like far in the distance you'll hear footsteps and it's like, oh my god, that's so creepy. But because once you know that this is completely meaningless and it literally doesn't have anything to do with the ghost, for me it completely loses all effect. Like I can pretend that it's scary, which I sometimes do on stream because it's supposed to be entertainment. But so shady, thank you for the 5 gifties. Thank you so much. Thank you. Like, you'll often see me react to these things, and sometimes they do startle me. Sometimes, like, if it's loud like that, suddenly I hear like a scream behind me. Like, at first there's like a second where I'm like, oh my god, is that the ghost? And then maybe you're scared, but then you quickly realize, oh no, it's just the wind sound effect .mp3 that just plays like every 15 seconds. And it kind of loses its allure, especially those like really over the top sounds on Sunny Meadows, where like you will literally hear like screaming in the distance, and it's like, what? And then just it has nothing to do with anything, you know? And you give me a sign. Okay, we're dealing with these guys, by the way, which is honestly fine. We'll see how it goes. We have a lot of photos, we have a lot of videos, we literally just need the audio. Can you give me a sign? Like that sound, I think we've already heard like 3 times this round. The sound of like the sand falling somewhere in the rafters. Or like the rats. You hear like a rat sound, but there's no actual rat. It's just like a squeaky sound. Like I think these actually like take away from the ghost. Like the house feels almost less haunted because of them. Because it detaches the ghost from the things that are happening, right? Because the ghost is not doing any of these. I think it would be really cool if these things happened because of the ghost. Then it would suddenly be really sick. Like, and they don't even necessarily have to be ghost sounds then. I feel like, specifically on Sunny Meadows, the sounds of like the people walking in the hallway and the screaming should really only happen if the ghost is in that area. Because I mean, I guess it's just a generally haunted location. I guess that's the vibe they're going for, but it just, I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a, like, gamer where I just see the game for what the gameplay has to offer, and I can immerse myself in what the ghost is doing to be spooky, and everything surrounding it that is not, like, it's just, like, scripted becomes less scary to me. Because it's like, wow, it's a sound effect. Like, the ghost didn't do that. It's not, like, there's nothing scary about it. Let's go cause this a hunt here, I think, because I'm not really sure if this ghost is gonna do much more for us. Travidico, thank you for the 44. Yeah, we have 2 evidence, so we got all the stuff. We're gonna... We have UV and writing right now, so Mylene, we can figure this out, probably. We need to check, first possession, have we found it yet? I'm just grabbing a smudgy here. It's very low activity, but that's because our sanity is so high. Willow's a good map. Oh, it was a voodoo doll, you're right. Go for that. I did get, some people commented about why they don't like this map specifically. is that it feels it's like you can never do anything right. I feel like is what CJ might feel when people say stuff like this. That it feels a little too try hard to a certain degree, and I can see that. Like, it's a very like kind of over the top horror map, but I like it for that reason because it's the only one, you know. I think the too dark issue, I mean, I've said this like so many times throughout playing on these different maps, I think they really are like ruining the game a tiny bit by like just genuinely making it much worse to make it so dark. Like, I just think it's stupid. I think it's genuinely makes the game less fun. And I wish they wouldn't do it, but we've mentioned this as feedback to the devs countless of times, and they don't seem to want to change their ways. So I think we're just gonna have to deal with it, unfortunately. But I definitely think it's just unfun. It's unfun that literally the only thing I can see is this small circle in the middle of my screen unless I turn on lights. It like genuinely hurts the map hugely. It makes the experience on this map much less fun than it could have been if they didn't make it so dark. I think it would have also been much more spooky. It's not even realistic. Yeah, I think it's just worse in every way, and I don't really know why. Like, I love CJ as a friend. I appreciate his friendship, but I just don't I don't like this. I just disagree fundamentally about him on this issue, which is just I think that's fine. Obviously, like, it doesn't make me less of a friend to him, but I just think it's stupid. I think they should not be doing this, and it's a shame that it's happening. Unfortunately, because it genuinely makes me like the game less. I wish it wasn't so dark, which I'm super glad, by the way. I think I had a crucifix in there, that's why it didn't work. I'm super glad that at least Tanglewood did not get the same treatment. I'm so happy about that, because I was one of the few things that I was afraid of, that Tanglewood was gonna get worse because of it. I do hope maybe they will, like, I mean, it would just be cool if they like maybe get some feedback from players, because I don't know anybody that has said like, no, I really like it. Maybe there's people like that. Maybe someone in chat could literally go like, I like it. I'm not trying to like put you on the spot. It's trying to get you like attacked by everybody in the chat. You could genuinely like it, and that's totally fine. It's just that I personally prefer the gameplay of Phasmo, so not being able to see just literally hurts the gameplay. Like, you cannot, if you can't see, you can't play. Like, you just dying because you can't see is so much less fun than dying because like something scary happened or you got caught without, I guess you're getting caught without lights being on, which I guess is considered to be like a skill issue, right? I guess you could say that. It's a not very fun skill issue to me. I'd rather be like, oh my god, I ran into a dead end with a smudge stick, which doesn't happen when you know the game very well, but that's fine, right? It's fine that you're good at the game eventually. But you can't, like, you can be as good at the game as you want, but if it's dark, it's dark. Oh, it's a miling, maybe? Oh, no, it's really fast. What the fuck? Damn, Obambo's that fast? God damn. Wait, it's actually, wait, oh my god, that's a first spin believer win, no? Wait. Second spin? Dude, what the fuck? Wait, is that actually Obama? I mean, it was faster for sure, right? Wait, unless it's, oh, it can't be a mimic. I mean, it was clearly faster, and there's only one ghost in this that has any ability to be faster, so I guess we're going. That's crazy. So, oh, I didn't even show one of the coolest rooms right now. Which, do we have a cleanse objective? We don't. One of the coolest rooms is this one over here. Oh, you know, one of the reasons I think this is extra bad, the darkness, I'm gonna show you the room in a second. The fact that the lights turn off after a hunt. I think that's like, oh, you fucker. That just means that, like, in a situation like this where you get chain hunted, like, yes, I guess it's a skill issue that you didn't instantly run around the map turning on all the lights, but you're telling me that the intended gameplay of playing on, like, any map like this is to get a hunt, all the lights turn off, then you first have to spend like 30 seconds going through the entire map to turn on the lights, at which point you're probably gonna get hunted again, at which point you're probably gonna have to turn on the lights again, and you're just in this like endless loop of turning on the lights, turning on the lights. Like, if the lights stayed on after a hunt, it would be a lot less problematic that it's so dark. because then at least you would have, like, once you turn on a light, you can see. But that's just not how the game works, because the lights constantly turn off, which is annoying. But yeah, this map, or this room is extremely spooky. All of these dolls, well, maybe not all, but like a lot of them can move around if the ghost is in this room. They can talk, they can do all kinds of creepy stuff. It's so good. But it does make it feel like if you don't have the ghost in like this room or the mannequin room, you're not getting like the full experience of a Grafton map that a Grafton map has to offer. Hunting again? But it's also like, it's really creepy, so it shouldn't be every time anyway. I think these are really cool additions. Like having rooms that are very spooky and only show up every now and then. It's like how the mannequin used to be, where you don't always have a ghost that's in a room with a mannequin, so you're not always gonna see the mannequin teleport around, but when you do, it's a really cool, like, creepy experience. It's just that these are getting more rare. Like, they're adding more of these things, but it almost feels rarer in, like, actual gameplay. Because I've had, like, a ghost here, like, 3 times total. And every time it's been spooky. But, it doesn't happen that often. I think the ghost would find me here. Oh, no, it stopped. You see how fast this ghost is hunting? And, like, every time I'm expected here to just, like, I guess either prevents the hunts from continuing or turn on every light. Like go through this, turn on this light, turn on this light or something in here in the kitchen, and then by that time it's already hunting again. So yeah. I've said my piece about the lights. I mean, I'm gonna mention it when it is relevant again on the other maps, but I really think it's just a bad direction. But that, I mean, it's also not, my opinion is not definitive. Obviously, it's just an opinion. I just have liked maps less that are this stuff. Anyway, we did it. That was indeed an Obambo, which means it was indeed a second spin believer win, which, holy fuck, that payout. You're telling me 60K turns into 1.2 million. That's insane, dude. Dude, previously that win, we had 250K turn into 1.6 million. This is like 1/5 of that bet. This is the biggest, like, it's a 20x payout. That is the biggest payout I think we've seen in a really, really long time. That's insane. All right, well, congrats to those that were believers there. The believers get rewarded today. Let's go. I'm gonna reset it again. I don't usually have to reset the wheel so many times, but I will gladly do it for the believers. Let's see what we get. That's crazy. What do we get? Goreo? Oh boy. Goreo. On where we're going, let's see. Let's go to Nells Diner. Let's do Nells Diner. So like Maple Lodge and Sunny Meadows are kind of different vibes. I think Maple Lodge and Sunny Meadows also don't have those issues because the darkness issue was not really in the game yet at that time. I really feel like it started with Grafton and Bleasdale, where you just like suddenly notice like, man, it's so dark. Which there's ways you can fix this, by the way. There is like an NVIDIA, I think there's like the default NVIDIA, whatever, GeForce or something, has like settings you can tweak so you can make it brighter. There's like a filter you can enable, which honestly, like I used to say that I found that cheating. With the direction they've been going, go at it. Like honestly, more power to you guys. I'm not doing it, at least as of now, because not the effort to do it is not the problem. The effort for me would be in the endless amount of questions I would get on, why does your game look different? Wait, how can I do this? Wait, can you explain once again how you do the NVIDIA thing? Because I want my game to look like this as well, and I'm just not. I don't want to do that. It's just too annoying. So yeah, that's why I'm not. Plus, I'm also fine because most of the maps I play on are not this dark, and I tend to like avoid Bleasdale and Grafton a little bit because of that. Now let's see. This map is dark, right? Yeah, very dark. I mean, kind of, maybe okay. Yo, look at that. You can see that there's like a slight light coming out of the camera. Interesting. Is very dark, yeah, but it's also like a smaller map. I can somewhat go around. Do we have like sunrise weather? No, we don't, right? It is very dark. I don't know. It might just be as bad, but it feels less bad. It's also, I mean, this used to be a meme, but it might genuinely be a thing. That CJ has a monitor that's just far brighter. Because he, like, says sometimes stuff that he, like, genuinely sees things that I cannot see at all. Like, whenever we play together. Which it seems like a bit of a silly thing to develop a game that's supposed to be played by, like, people with, like, a normal monitor with normal brightness, and then have a monitor that has insane brightness. Seems like it's gonna cause issues. Try playing with HDR. I don't even know if my monitor supports that, to be honest. I don't think it does. I have cold in the hallway. Is this gonna be... I was gonna talk about this regardless, but it might actually be happening here. Oh, it's doing stuff in here. Oh, hello. Oh, I probably didn't get that. Oh, man. What I've noticed in Nells Diner specifically is heavy room bleeding. You know this thing where you, like, for example, on, like, Tanglewood, where if you got the ghost to interact with stuff in the kitchen, you would not necessarily know that the ghost is actually in the kitchen. It might be in, like, the small room, like the laundry room, for example, or it might be in the garage, or it might be in the dining. Like, you have the rooms next to it that it could also be in, which happens, but it happens so much, I feel, on Nells Diner, where you have this, like, intense room bleeding, where you have, like, no matter where, like, if the ghost is in any of the rooms surrounding that hallway, you'll just get activity in all of the rooms in the hallway, even if you don't have twins for some reason. Like, I don't know why that's happening so much more on this map, which just causes it to be... Sometimes you have, like, up to, like, 3 times in a game where you, like, have to readjust. Like, you put all your equipment in one room, oops, you were wrong. It wasn't actually the ghost room. You gotta go somewhere else. And then if the ghost roams at that time, you get even more in trouble. Like, it just... And that's even without, like, even without roaming, you can sometimes be completely wrong about what the ghost room actually is. Especially when you don't have the tier 3 thermo. Like, the tier 3 thermo makes it a lot easier, because right now we know pretty much for certain that this has to be the ghost room, right? Because if I go anywhere else, it's gonna be warmer. But you can see that it is still pretty cold in this hallway as well, interestingly. But then in here, it's 20 degrees. And then over here, 20 degrees as well. So probably in this room. You... No! Wait. Wait. I can still see it. I don't think that was a phantom, right? I thought it just, like, disappeared exactly at the same time, but I think that was just coincidence. What did it just touch? It touched some kind of metal door. I don't think it's a phantom. Oh. What? Oh, there's lockers in here, are there? Ah, there you go. Lockers in that room. Check for fingies. Which, as I'm talking about, this is a perfect example of the room bleeding that I'm talking about. Ghost event, all the way over there. Ghost room is actually this one. Activity in the lockers. And then previously we had a throw, I think, in one of these rooms as well. Akirux, thank you for the 33. Thank you. Alright, can you give me a sign? Is it here? Maybe it's not. I mean, it leads to, I guess, it's a different experience. It's just, like, kind of a frustrating experience sometimes. The locker is right next to the ghost room, so that does make sense, of course. Anyway, we need... We already know it's not going to be UV, most likely, unless it is Obake or something. And also here you have, like, the 4 light switches for one room right there. Like, it's a little excessive. Because I think you can only have 8 light switches on, so if you have the ghost in that one room, or you just want to light up that one room, you give up half of your light switches, just like that. I wonder why they made... I'm just thinking back to the, like, the main thing that is the problem about the darkness is that the ghost turns off the lights after a hunt. I wonder why that's the case, because it's just the way it works, you know? Because it's been that way since 2020, like, since the game came out, that's been the way it worked. But I wonder what the reasoning behind it is. I guess, like, as a way for the house to cool down. Like, maybe that's it. Like, to leave this, like, creepy silence after, like, the spooky stuff happened. Like, the house falls silent. I can see that. That is kind of what it feels like. Where are you? Are you here? I guess also... I mean, it is also a way to show that the hunt is over, but... It was in the game when the hunt was really obvious, right? Because when the game first came out, no matter where you were, the lights would be blinking on your flashlight. Even if you were like on asylum and the ghost was hunting like nowhere near you, you would get the blinking light on your flashlight. And that was also the only way you would know. Like there was no other electronic interference whatsoever. It was only the flashlight. Alright, we're gonna grab boom. I am glad, though, that they finally fixed the issue with the crucifixes turning off the lights. Because that was, like, in the game for a long time. And then it got brought back. And then it was in the game for a long time again. Super annoying. And I thank you for the 5 months. Thank you. Because that added even more issues with the darkness. Don't tell me you're out of this room now. There we go. Okay, no UV for sure. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Wait, where? Can we get spirit box? I swear we got spirit box. Where are you? Are you here? Are you
close and
there we go.
behind?
That was... Both of those were me. No Gallo. Actually... That was so quick together, that might still be Gallo, potentially. Freezing? No freezing, probably. Oh, you can place it on the ceiling here, look at that. Boop. I genuinely feel like placing on the ceiling is like the way to go with the tier 3, honestly. Good lord. Can you give me a sign? Hello? So many things here, but the ghost is not throwing very much. This is right. I think we're playing like default interaction. Oh, wow. Wait, was that only on the camera? No. I was for a second. Well, didn't we get Goryo on the wheel? Unfortunately, it can't be a Goryo because we got Spirit Box. It was regular dots, and it's definitely not a Wraith. It's definitely not a Phantom. What? Why didn't I get that? Why didn't I get the video? Okay, it could be Yokai or Dio. But I already got door move, didn't I? Oh man. Mimic? No, because it was dots. Alright, Dio or Yokai, I think. So that should be extremely obvious if we get a hunt. Which, by the way, this map and Point Hope, they're the only 2 maps, right? I'm thinking. They're the only 2 maps that have secrets that give you special badges. Right? None of the other ones. Maple Lodge doesn't have one. Sunny Meadows doesn't have one. So, if you don't know, I guess I can show you because it's really cool. It's a bit strange the way you have to figure this out. Actually, hello? Oh no, wait, there's an easy way to remember. Nells Diner, right? It's Nell 415, right? It's 415. I think that's the... But you can see it here. So, it shows you over here. It's apparently a coincidence. It's not actually intended. Anyway, what does that number even mean? What am I talking about? Over here, if you hold a UV, there is this. There is down, up, reminder, down, up, right on this thing, which you only see with UV. If you don't have UV, you can't see it. And this safe has a 3-digit code, which is very obviously something that you can do, right? Because it opens up this, like, new UI that we don't have. Oh, it used a crucifix. In any other situation. So, those arrows you can find. For example, over here, there is a right arrow, and then if you follow it all the way out here, you will see a number 5 behind the trash. Now, it's very sneaky. There's another one over here, I think, at the sign. Which that is a 5. Over here at the sign, you have another one. You have an arrow with sticks pointing towards a 1. And then the last one, I think, is over here on the bulletin board. The entrance. This one. There is another arrow. A sneaky down arrow pointing at this 4. This is definitely one that blends in very well. So that's the 3 numbers. And what we noticed, which is like a really easy way that I'll never forget the number for the secret, is that Nells Diner is the code. How is Nells Diner the code? Well, there's 3 distinct, like, words in Nells Diner. Nell, apostrophe S, Diner. So Nell is 4 letters, S is 1, Diner is 5. 4, 1, 5. That's the code. It's a total coincidence. I mentioned this to CJ, and he was like, he was so surprised. He was like, we did not plan that at all. It is just a wild coincidence, which is extremely, it's just, like, I almost don't believe it, but I don't, he has no reason to lie about it, so I'm assuming it's real. But it's really useful, because it actually means that you'll never have to remember the code ever again. All you need to know is that Nells Diner is the code. 415, right? S is not a word. I know, but it's, I mean, no, it is. It's Nell their diner, right? Is it, what does the S actually stands for? Nell. It does, it's a shorthand for a word. I mean, it's a letter, but it's shorthand for a word, right? It's not standing for is, right? That would be, oh, Nell's, it's possession. It's like, Nell, it's a possessive word, whatever that is. But it must be shorthand for something, right? Anyway, I need to do the secret now. So now that we know the code, 4-1, I need to get a smudge maybe. I might get killed here. 415, we can go over here, and we can go 415, which unlocks the thing. It's a bit scuffed. You have to like go open it. There you go. And you get a credit card. Oh, hello there. You get a credit card that you put into the ATM machine right here, because where else would you put it? Which, if in order to put this in, you gotta like hold F. Excuse me, I'm busy. Gotta hold F, and then it'll give you $1. And then for some reason, oh my God, child, please leave me alone. For some reason, you can like put it in here. Oh no, wait. You can put it in this one. I put it in the right machine first try, unless they fixed that. There was one of these machines you could put it into and it wouldn't do anything. I'm pretty sure that was a bug and they might have just fixed it. Oh God. I think, right? There was one of those machines that if you put it into it, it would literally just spawn in the machine again and it wouldn't do anything. Regardless. You get a coin, and then the coin you can put into the arcade machine, which leads to an absolute crazy situation. I just want you to fuck off. What is it? It's not a Dio. It's probably Yokai then. Get the coin. Boop. Beep boop beep, beep boop beep. And then over here you can put in, the power needs to be on for this. You can put in the coin in the machine. please. Oh, it needs to be on. There we go. And then... It's so loud. It's unbelievably loud. Watch this. Oh my god. Do not do this at the start of a contract if you don't want to torture yourself, because it basically makes the game unplayable because it is so loud. But it is insanely cool though. And then you get this. There's a giant fucking skeleton hovering above Nells Diner now, which is super cool. And you get a special badge for this. Anyway, I'm gonna leave now because it's way too loud. There's another funny secret that I just like to mention because oh my god. I'm just gonna show you and then I'll talk about it when we leave because I can't. This demon dog poster here is a reference to... oh, it's quiet in here actually. The demon dog used to be this special thing that was in the early beta stages of Phasmo, where you could, when you died, revive yourself by escaping from the demon dog, which is something that we never seen. We only know about it because of like the devs telling us about these like early versions of Phasmo before the game came out, which is just something fun to think about, like what it could have been. Like there's an alternative universe out there where you have to escape the fucking demon dog every time you get killed by a revenant. Anyway, we got a yokai right there. I just wanted to show more details of that map, so it took a little bit longer. Still 17 minutes only. We're gonna go to the next one. So now, I think those are like these are the highly detailed, like new maps that are like heavy or like very fresh on people's mind. But Point Hope is definitely also one of those, I guess. And then Sunny Meadows, Maple Lodge, I guess those even really fit the same vibes. But I still think that, I mean, those felt like just completely new maps. Specifically, Sunny Meadows was technically a rework, I guess, of the old asylum, but completely different vibe. And like people still talk about how they miss old asylum, which I think is largely rose-tinted glasses, because I think the map was definitely not very good. But it was just so different that it felt special. Like I personally have had many cool investigations on the old, I'm not gonna take this, on the old asylum, so I can kind of feel that as well. Anyway, here we go, Point Hope. This is, unfortunately, my least favorite map. And it is entirely because of the gameplay. It is not in any way because of the way it looks, because I actually really think it's cool. I really think this map is sick. Visually, like a lighthouse is such a cool... The moon just disappeared. Did you see that? Guys, we might have a problem. Oh, it's back. Never mind. Don't worry about it. What? The moon has a draw distance issue? Anyway, that's the first time I've noticed that. That's a Point Hope secret right there. We have like a really cool themed map here that's like a lighthouse with so much detail. Like, I mean, you can probably, if you watch like my first experience with this map, you're probably gonna see a very happy me, because I thought this map probably looked absolutely sick. And then slowly throughout the times I spend on this map, you see me slowly but surely fall out of love and kind of start hating this map. And that is entirely because of playing on it, because the gameplay on this map is just so volatile. Like, you'll have a game sometimes. I think we're gonna have a game right now that's extremely fun, because I think the ghost is in the one room that you always want it to be, which is literally right here. And this is like a perfect... If you have the ghost in this bathroom, which is where it is right now, you have a perfect, beautiful, short, small map game. But if you have it in the top of the tower, you have an absolutely excruciatingly painful slog of a game where you have to slowly go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down until you have dragged all of the equipment painstakingly into the room, which genuinely it takes like a minute minimum to go up and down, even if you're full on holding the sprint bar the whole time, which is just a huge waste of your time. It's just like, why would I play on a map where there's a chance that I get a ghost in an area that'll just without, even if I know exactly where the ghost is, it'll waste like 10 minutes of my life running up and down, doing nothing in terms of gameplay. Like, it's just not fun at all. That's why I don't tend to play on it. Now, obviously, it is better for multiplayer where you don't have to go up and down so much, but I don't like this map in multiplayer either. Like, maybe some people do, but even when I, like, play with CJ and Psycho, I still feel like I'm walking down, up and down a bunch. Because, like, just going back once is already too much. Like, unless you go into the ghost room and you never leave until you figure out the ghost, it's gonna be a painful experience. Alright, we have an EMF 5 ghost here, most likely, right? Think so? We're gonna bring this one, that one. And I've said before that, like, some kind of item elevator, like a dumbwaiter or something, could definitely alleviate some of the problems. Because then at least you only need to go once, right? You only need to drop all your shit. I mean, you still need to go back and forth between the dumbwaiter, dropping your shit in the elevator. But at least once you've done that, you're, like, good. And then you can actually play the video game. A chute? Yeah, I mean, if it's just... then it would just fall down, though, right? You can't bring items up. Because it needs to be something that can bring the items up to the ghost room. Because you don't need to bring them down. That's not a problem. Oh, man. What's up in the other salt? I want to check for thingies, actually. One of those pneumonic tube devices they have in some, like, steampunk... like in Shadows of Doubt, the vacuum tube. Can you do something? Are you a Gallo? Wait a minute. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Ah, never mind. It's not a Gallo for sure. It's not a Wraith for sure. Can you give me a sign? Hello, hello. Very bright in there. So yeah, right now, like, everything is so close, I can just bring one of these. What was that? You touched something. Like, I brought all the items in here, like, so fast because it's just all next to the truck. Now, luckily, they did make this a medium map because at first, there's the EMF 5. At first, this was considered to be a small map, which meant that in those situations where you had the ghost at the top of the lighthouse and it became like a huge slog, not only did you have a terrible time, but you also got horrible rewards because you don't get any bonus money from playing on it. Like, it would be the same amount of reward as if you were playing on Tanglewood, which is just not... So yeah, luckily, eventually they conceded that that would made no sense. And then they made it a media map. So now it is a media map. Which does mean that the hunts are longer, which I think is actually better, because one of the problems with this map, besides the, like, it's really only one area of the problem with this map is the walking. Another thing is that the ghost AI, when it comes to traversing different floors, is absolutely horrendous. They still have not worked this out well. It basically considers, like, if you're not on the same floor with the ghost, it's just randomly running around and doesn't do anything meaningful. Like, it's just randomly running around until it finds someone. And even if it finds you, it won't necessarily follow you down the stairs, because the AI of a ghost is insanely stupid. Like, smart AI of a ghost would work as follows, right? Let's say the ghost, which, by the way, let's check out some of these different rooms. Let's say the ghost is coming down these stairs, right? And I'm right here, going down this stairs. If I am going down the stairs, and this, because the ghost can't see through this, this is where I break line of sight. If the ghost saw me do that, if it had any shred of intelligence, it would put one and one together, right? It would realize the last spot I saw you is here, which is on the stairs. presumably, they didn't just vanish out of existence. Presumably, they walked down the stairs, you know? So then they would, instead of setting the waypoint here, set the waypoint at the bottom of the stairs, and then go look from there to see if they see you in this next room. That is not at all how the ghost AI works. The ghost AI will simply set your last waypoint as its destination, which is at the top of the stairs, and then it will just assume you vanished into thin air, no longer exist, and then there is a chance that it'll walk down the stairs, obviously, but there's an equal chance that it literally will just walk right back to where it came from. So this makes no sense, obviously. Like, what it should be doing is that if it sets a waypoint at the top of the stairs, it should instead move that waypoint to the bottom of the stairs. And if it sees you at the bottom of the stairs, it should set the waypoint at the top of the stairs. It's such simple, like it's such simple AI tweaks that they could make to make it, the ghost, feel a lot smarter on maps like this. Because it just makes the gameplay so annoying. Like, not only have you then spent a bunch of time bringing items up to the ghost room, but then you also are like struggling to interact with the ghost during hunts because it's like so stupid and can't find its way down, which is annoying. Now I should actually leave this here, because what I was thinking is that we should do the secret on this map, which is actually insanely cool if you have never seen it before. And hello there, buddy. Are you've not written in the book, maybe freezing at this point? Let me check. 1 degree. Could be wait, is Goreo? Goreo is good, right? But it could actually genuinely be a Goreo. Because I'm not getting any other evidence, which... Are we gonna get, like, the biggest believer wins of the fucking century here? Could be insane. I'm not seeing any orbs. No orbs, no spirit box, no fingies, no writing. Like, genuinely just has to be dots, pretty much, which leaves us with these. At which point, like, Goreo obviously becomes the most likely. Anyway, I'm gonna go do a bit of a tour here. We're gonna take I guess it doesn't even really matter. UV we can take later. All right, so now like, the detail here is super cool. It does have that problem. Is it less? It has the same problem of it just being super dark. It's a really dark room, which requires you to turn on lights, which is fine, obviously, because there's good lights on this map. So if you just turn on, there's 2 light switches per floor, which is unfortunate. But if you turn on the light switches, you can see just fine. Not necessarily a problem. And I love the details here, like the orange juice falling over, dripping on the floor. You got the ice dispenser that you can turn on. You have the friend angry thing on the fridge. You got all these different devices. Now, unfortunately, you cannot interact with these, which they made it on some of the newer maps that you can also interact with these, but the ghost can use the toaster, the microwave. This you can do, I think. Yeah, you can turn on the hood right here. I think it can use something with the oven, maybe. It can turn this on, but you can do that as well. Which, crazy ice dispenser, by the way, good lord. I don't know if it can do something with the washing machines. Because on Tanglewood you can turn these on, but you can't do that here. Anyway, we have the room with a somewhat decent loop. I think this is like a pretty bad dining table loop, but if you have to do it, you have to do it, you know? It's a cool room, though. And then we go higher, which this is the room. Yeah, this is the room where the secret starts, right here. The, like, relaxed living room or whatever. This right here is the start of the code. We got green, we got blue, and we got red. These colors correspond to billiard balls right here. If you grab the green ball and you throw it in there, then you grab the blue ball and you throw it in there. Oops. And then the red ball, which I think is this bright one, right? Yes, the bright one. And you throw it in there. it then makes a clank sound at the end of the table, which gives you this. It gives you a key that falls in here, and then this key, this is like such a crazy secret. I actually love it. It's just, it's so like, such wild steps to it. This key opens a small little door all the way at the top. Now we gotta go through these rooms. We have a, wow, a bone on top of the summoning circle. Look at that. This room, by the way, is not this one. This is the master bedroom, but the Shiver Me Timbers room is so cool. I love it. This one right here.
Shiver Me Timbers.
Like really cool details. This like map here. You got the different drawings, which is really cute. And the sharks making the jaws sound, and the Shiver Me Timbers, of course. Anyway, so we gotta go even higher. This is the shitty rooms. If you have the ghosts here, you know you're in for a terrible time. Like these are, even the Shiver Me Timbers room, I'm honestly like somewhat okay with. But at this point, when you get them here, you just you're being tortured. This gate, or this little door right here, is what you can unlock with the key. And then you can see right here that there is a cogwheel missing, which that wheel you can find over here. This one right there, next to the little, or the paint drawer or whatever. And you can put that in here. At which point the light will start flashing, which I'm not exactly sure how that works. And this is, so that, the start with the billiard balls is crazy. At this point, you're supposed to understand, oh, wait a minute. The light is flashing. You know what that means? We should ring the bell outside. Yes, that's what that means. Now we're gonna go all the way down to ring the bell 3 times, because it's flashing 3 times with a break in between each 3 flashes. It's also a good example. This is like, we're getting the Point Hope walking up and down experience right now. Because just doing this secret requires you to go up and down a bunch of times and get your cardio in at least. Quick, who knows Morse code? Like it's such long walking. Maybe they should just like genuinely add a backpack for this map only. Honestly. Dirty water. And then over here you can see the light. 1, 2, just pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. Right? Makes a lot of sense. Then you go 1, 2, 3. At which point, over there, a fire turns on. Now, the only way you can see this fire is, which we're gonna show you, is by going all the way back to the top. However, what the fire tells you is that you should take the UV. So we're already gonna take the UV preemptively and not just walk up and down, because that would be silly. So now you have to go all the way back to the top to get the UV. Oh, hello there. Alright, I'm gonna leave. Grandma, we're going on a trip. Meanwhile, our sanity is dying. Yeah, that's the thing with this map as well. Like, because you can't turn on so many lights, if you're walking up and down a bunch, you're losing so much sanity that by the time you finally brought the items into the ghost room, you are already low sanity. Which I guess you could just take sanity pills at that point. Which is, I guess, not that big of a deal, but it's definitely annoying. And it just leads to a situation where I almost never take, like, secondary evidence items on this map. Because if you wanted to take, like, salt, the sound recorder, the photo cam, that alone is already, like, boom, another full trip going up and down. Getting those items, you know? Anywho. So the fire that turned on is over there. Oh, this is hilarious. Because it's fog weather, you can't see it. They're supposed to, if there's no fog, you can see that on the floor over there, there is like big, like tree trunks that spell out the UV, the word or the letters UV. but we can't fucking see that right now. So if you did this on fog weather, you at this point would just lose, I guess. You would not know because you can't see it. But you're supposed to then, it says UV, you're supposed to understand that this means you need to bring the UV. What do you do with the UV? Of course, you hold it against the light. At which point, it will start glowing purple. And then after a little while, takes a little while. It takes a little while. Hello? And you say, there we go. At some point, it will turn purple. And then you can see the ghosts of the lighthouse outside. Which is fucking sick, by the way. Look at this. So creepy. What the hell? It's a really cool, like, final reveal of the secret. But it's the steps to get here are just unbelievably convoluted. The thing is, you only have to do this once. I have to do it a few times here and there. Because people that don't know this, like, they need to have some way to, for someone to tell them how to do it. Because finding this out by yourself would be a crazy endeavor, of course. But yeah, there you go. You can see all these floating goats. Floating goats! Floating ghosts. At which point, now you're done. This is the end. This is the end. You get a badge once you leave. Which I can show you the badge because this badge is actually super sick. It's one of my favorite badges. Which, by the way, both of the badges for Point Hope are some of my favorite badges because both the badge to play here 50 times and the badge for the secret are really unique. I actually really like the Nells Diner badge too. If you have not gotten the Nells Diner badge, you should get it. The Tanglewood badge is great as well, which is the one I'm using right now, the gnome badge. Anyway, I'm genuinely just gonna say this is a Goryo and just go all in on the believers because I've gotten enough of Point Hope for probably a month's worth right now. Goodbye, Ghosty. You better let the believers win or I'm gonna write you an angry email. I'll definitely not come back, that's for sure. Anyway, look at that. You can see them from here even, kind of. It's a little hard to see with the fog. Very cool. I really like this secret. It was such a cool moment. Like, I did not figure this out, by the way. Like, I just learned about it after other people pieced it all together. No! A man can dream. What was it then? Freezing? I guess just delayed freezing. Or maybe weird spirit box, because we did not have spirit box, right? We had only EMF. I'm sorry, believers. Wait, that's still a win? Wait, that's still a win? It was twins or Goryo? No way, dude! That's insane. What? I already forgot. That's crazy, dude. The luck, man. Today is wild for the believers. Dude, look at that payout. What the fuck? It's people were like, oh my god, we're gonna get wins today. Better go a believer this time. So there were more believers, but that's still a crazy payout right there. All right, well, congratulations once again. I guess we're doing another reset for the wheel here. So that was, both of those were 2-spin believer wins, right? God damn. All right, Moro, here we go. So I can show you these badges, by the way. I should. Yeah, I did get that one wrong, but we got a believer win, so I will take it. We have the, this is the secret badge, which is really cool. I definitely think you should get this one if you haven't gotten it yet. Plus, not a lot of people would have this. Like, not a lot of casual players would know where this badge is from, so that's a cool one. This is the badge from playing on it for 50 times, which is also really cool. I really like that one. I think one of my favorite ones, though, is this. Look at the badge. This is the one for Nells Diner. Playing 50 games on Nells Diner, you get this one. It's so cool. You have, this is for the campsites, which is fine. This is no, this is if you spend money in the game. Like, if you buy a bunch of items. And this is the, like, Ghost in the Machine Nells Diner secret badge. Any other really cool badge? I mean, there's some, like, drop badges that were really cool. The Halloween badges. I mean, there's lots of badges. This one's really cool, too. This is the super... This was like a drop badge that was literally only available for like a few hours on one single day during TwitchCon at one point last year, which this is probably the rarest badge. Outside of like really early badges, that's probably like the rarest badge in the game. Anyway, we're gonna go back to, let's rock the ferryman badge, because we just unlocked that supposedly. And we're gonna go to, so we have 2 maps remaining, right? Maple Lodge and Sunny Meadows, which Maple Lodge, I mean, this map you might not even realize is technically a new map. It's like a new map in 2 ways. I still feel like, well, Maple Lodge was added after the game came out, which I guess makes it new if you want to use that as your benchmark. But it also has had a rework. Now, the rework is not like the Tanglewood or the Grafton or the Bleasdale rework. This rework was purely for performance. It was not, the assets were all the same. They made it just much less open so that there is many more ways for the, like, for the performance to be improved. For example, like, they have all these walls here. So if I am looking at a wall like this, it doesn't render any of the stuff that's behind the wall right now. Like, it's not there. And then once I open the door, it spawns in seamlessly so you don't notice it. But it means that they can save a bunch of render stuff by not having these things be there. But then as soon as I open the door, there they are. It's like magic. Now they're here. Now they're literally not existing. Like, it spawns in so fast that you cannot see that, obviously. It's like the light in your fridge. You never know how it turns on. It's magic. Now there's some cool secrets here, though. You have like the Blair Witch effigy over here. And you have Slender Man on this map as well. Warning bears. Slender Man. This is where they like started doing some of these secrets. What cursed possession? Do we have board? Board is in here. No board. Now, it also has the problem that, like, why... I personally like this map because it has a much... Like, if I want to go to a campsite, I would prefer to go to this one, because here at least you have, like, different types of ghost rooms. And then Camp Woodwind is just, like, also at the bottom of my list of maps I do not like to play on. I don't like to play on Camp Woodwind, and I don't like to play on Point Hope. Pretty much any other map, I can be... I mean, I can be in the mood for a Point Hope or a Camp Woodwind, like, sometimes. But it definitely doesn't happen very often. Whereas this map has, like, much more variety to it, because you have the, like, reception area, which is very different. And then you have my favorite... I don't play on this map very often, by the way, just for the record. But my favorite type of ghost is when you have a ghost in the cabin. It feels... This is, like... It's such a different type of experience. Because whereas on, like, Bleasdale, if you get an outside ghost, it's like... The one area that's outside, if you get a ghost there, it feels annoying. Here, it's like... If you get a ghost that's in the cabin, it's like there's a house on this huge outside map that feels like an entire map on its own. It's like you have 2 maps in one, you know? It's like... kind of a unique vibe. You can now fully see the dead body. Wait, what? What do you mean? It's right there. That was always there. There's a dead body underneath. I think that's just, they just put that there. There's no real, like, lore implications to it. Oh, yeah, it's also bug. I mean, Maple Lodge specifically right now is a huge bug that I guess we can also show you because it's very funny. This is obviously one of the most well-known secrets, which it seems to be floating above the water right now. What? Did they mess up the water? What's going on here? I don't know what happened there. Anyway, CJ moment. Let's check inside here. Little thing to know about this is that you need to unlock this door before the hunt starts. If you try to unlock it during the hunt, I'm pretty sure you can't. Which is kind of like bugged as hell. Now, this map is currently broken. I will show you. Because they replaced the car in Tanglewood, they also accidentally replaced one of the cars here. which has created like an area where you can clip out of bounds and you can fall off the map. It's very, very weird. You can see the Point Hope Lighthouse. Yeah, that used to be... They did this April Fool's event. Well, it wasn't an event. That was why people got upset. They did April Fool's patch notes. Where in the patch notes, it said that they added a new map, a lighthouse map. But all they did was adding a lighthouse on Maple Lodge in, like, the corner. Seems like it's here. And then people got so mad that they never did that again. That was a one-off. That's the only time they've done fake patch notes, which I probably a good idea. Don't think that's it's prone to make people happy, especially when at the time there weren't that many updates, so people were like, what the fuck? You're gonna tell me there's an update and then it's just lies? Yeah, anyway, let's show the thing over here. I did just drop my flashlight, so I'm not gonna go all the way out there. I'm just gonna show you real quick that you can go out here. Over here is a car that you might recognize from the Tanglewood garage, but you also see these weird detached wheels. That's because these wheels are supposed to be the actual vehicle. But when they replace the vehicle, like the big van, you know, with this one, this happened by accident. And now you can walk past it, which means you can walk completely out of bounds on top of the lake. You can fall off the map. You can do all kinds of wacky stuff. If you want to see some glitched Phasmo, that's definitely... We can do it at the end. But right now we want to investigate this ghost, which it seems like we have EMF 5. Let's see. Because if I fall off the map, I can't actually see what the ghost is, so then we will have to void the bet, I guess, which I would like to get another believer in. Because we're crushing right now. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Close to busting? God damn! What are we looking for, even? You turn on the light. It's not a mare. Close to busting, guys. Moroi or Mimic? Okay, well, in that case, we're pretty much fucked here, I guess. Let's see. We're gonna get salt. Salt, and then I guess just the hunt, honestly. What was the cursed possession? Did we even see it? I don't think we saw it. I think it's, could be voodoo? It's not a voodoo. Could be mirror here. It's tarot cards, maybe? Tarot cards or monkey paw, I think. I have 2 smudges. I only really need 1 right now. It's not a monkey paw, so it's gonna be tarot cards then. I don't actually know if it's gonna be walking through these, but whatever. Tarot cards are on this table here. Should be. Or it could be music box, actually. I didn't check for music box. Music box is at the little campfire site right there. But you can't light this one, right? You can light this little campfire. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Still have not fixed the fire. When will they ever fix the 15 pixel fire? Nobody knows. Shit is so ugly. Unbelievable. Alright, there we go. It genuinely might be the worst. It's the worst fire animation I've ever seen in a video game, second only to Phasmo when it first came out, which it was literally just a PNG of a fire. Honestly, that might have been better than this. Because this is just unbelievable. Mr. Wraith? Wraith? Oh, no, it's not a Wraith. Hello? Not a Gallo. Nope. What else? Not a Diane. Not a Gallo. Gonna smudge the ghosts. Gonna be a long hunt, huh? Wait. Not twins, though, right? Oh, shit! Hello! You walked into the salt. Get fucked! It's definitely much easier, this Maple Lodge. I do kind of miss the old Maple Lodge sometimes. It was such a fucked up map and like an act. It was also, it felt smaller. It felt smaller. It might have, I think it was smaller. But it was like so open. Like if you want to see it, you can watch some of my old videos on it. Because it was a really different, like it has the same like tents and the same like cabin. But it had this like really open space at the entrance where you had the tables and then like a row of tents that was just completely an open area for the ghost. That if you had the ghost anywhere in that zone, getting away from it during the hunt was super difficult because it would just speed up like for a really long time before you could even break line of sight once, which just led to so many moments that if you didn't have a smudge stick, you would just get murdered. It was really good. Like I don't know, there's something really scary about it. But I feel like this map is worse. It might be the worst rework, or it definitely is the worst rework, because it isn't really done for, it wasn't done for any, like, look purposes. It was only done for performance issues, which just, I mean, it's literally just the spirit, right? It has to be. Unless it's not EMF. But there's no, it wasn't a fast ghost at all. So it is a bit of a shame that they had to kind of like butcher Maple Lodge, because I thought it was really cool before. I mean, it's still cool. Anyway, that's not a believer win, right? Unfortunately. Yeah, you can just go all the way over here, by the way. You should definitely check this out once if you haven't seen it yet. You can just go. Can we clip like inside of the map again or what? Hello, buddy. Look at that guy. Screenshot. I should leave though. I should leave just in case some miracle happens and we get a believer win out of nowhere. Instead of jumping off the map. Is this Slenderman? Slenderman didn't spawn, I don't think. It's so weird. He's just sleeping. Let's go to Sunny Meadows. And let's see if we get a surprise believer win here. And I still think visually this one is very unique. I know I've told about this. Oh, again? Wait, seriously? Was that fast? I guess I'm washed up when it comes to twins. It's the second time we got fucked by the twins in a row. Not a believer win though, because we were looking for more, Roy, unfortunately. Okay, last one. We could do restricted, but we're obviously gonna do the big one, because otherwise I can't show you all of the areas. There's actually a really unique secret on this that I'm not gonna show right now because I don't have the setup for it. But if you set 6 or more cursed possessions, including at least the summoning circle, you get a special summoning circle interaction on this map, which is really cool. Where if you should grab this actually. I mean, should we? I guess. Where the crucifix will go on fire. It's like crazy. Oh, Mikey. Here we are. This fun fact are CJ's great-grandparents, I think is what he said. It's some couple in CJ's family, which is kind of cool. Cool detail. I don't know anything about this picture right here. We had... so what I was gonna say, that's not about Sunny Meadows, this is still about Maple Lodge, is that originally, you didn't know. Ya boy. Now, this is why I'm probably biased to not say that Maple Lodge is a bad map, because I know some people hate Maple Lodge, which I can totally see, I totally agree with. But ya boy actually came up with the idea of Maple Lodge. I was talking to CJ about this, that I thought it was, that the one thing we don't have in Phasmo, which at the time this was true, we did not have any map that had any outside ambience. Now, this is why I forgive myself, because I did not know, since there was no outside gameplay yet, I did not realize the implications of this question and the possible results of adding an outside map. So I was like, you know what would be cool? If there, like, an outside map I think would be cool, because we don't have one. What would be a good outside map? I personally would really like a campsite, because what I think would be cool is that you have, like, a campsite with a bunch of tents, and then you have a cabin that's, like, off to the side that you can go into, and it kind of feels like two completely different maps. Like, depending on where you get the ghost room, you sometimes have, like, an outside experience, and other times you get an inside cabin experience, and it could lead to, like, a cool, like, kind of, like, it feeling like two separate maps, which CJ liked that idea and then decided to work on it and added it as a map. And then we realized, oh, wait a minute, outside maps are pretty damn difficult. Now, I still like it, obviously, for that purpose, first of all, because I think it's cool to have kind of, like, impacted the game in some way. But it is a shame that we got the rework, because I really thought, like, the original was kind of, like, exactly the vision that I had, and this map is just not what it's just not what I, like, was thinking about when I thought about an outside map, because it kind of just feels like the way that things are blocked off. Is this what we saw, by the way? The way that things are blocked off with the walls, like, I understand it needs to be done for the purpose of performance, but it just doesn't. It just feels like an inside map without a ceiling, kind of, like, if that makes sense. Because before, it was an outside map through and through. Like, there was a huge open area. There was this really, like, fun area around the campfire. And then there was even a section beyond it that was also very creepy. And, of course, the cabin. And now it's just, like, everything feels, like, very oh my god, it's so dark here. Everything is just these small rooms, kind of. It's so... It kind of lost the... It lost the feel it had before. Yeah, this map is also extremely dark, but we all know that. It's, I guess this is where it started then, huh? Sunny Meadows is the map that started the absolute darkness, or maybe even Maple Lodge? I don't think so. I think Maple Lodge... I don't need this, by the way. I should put this on. Maple Lodge was originally... not that dark, but maybe it's dark now. I mean, I forgive this one as well, because it's like so... It's busted up, you know? But goodness, it is dark. I want to show you something on Maple Lodge as well. I think we're gonna do a quick... I'm gonna go back to Maple Lodge for 1 second after this, just to show you something that I find, like, insane on that map. Like, the weather is just so weird. Anyway, hello, ghost. So we found this ghost really easily with the mirror, which mirror is, like, such a godsend on a map like this. And I've talked about this before, but I do think that the cursed possessions kind of break the balance of big maps. Especially for Prison, Sunny Meadows, and High School. These three maps specifically, because on Maple Lodge, for example, it's a big map. But finding the cursed possession can be a whole, like, expedition on its own. Same thing for Point Hope, where you have to go through the entire map, basically, to find the cursed possession. Whereas on Prison, High School, and Sunny Meadows, they're all in one room at the very beginning. Which means that you can just run into that room, use the cursed possession to find the ghost room, and then skip the whole roaming phase of the game. Skip the whole phase where you have to, like, walk around aimlessly in a very, very large building, hoping that you might hear, like, the ghost ring a phone somewhere, like on High School, for example. So it heavily incentivizes you to do that, which kind of destroys the purpose of these maps, because it takes out that time where you're actually, like, roaming around, which is, like, I feel like kind of the purpose of a large map. because it sets them apart from small maps. Because otherwise, if you take that out, the only difference between a large map and a small map is just that it takes more time to bring shit to the ghost room, right? Outside of course, how it works during a hunt. Because during a hunt, there is a difference in experience, but a large part of a large map should be struggling to find the ghost room. Or maybe it doesn't have to be that, but I feel like that's like how it has always been. Or how it was before Cursed Possessions, I guess. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French? Are you pizza? Are you grandma? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French? Ghosty pants. Are you roaming? No. EMF 3, never mind. So quiet. Are we gonna hear all those sounds? You hear that sound? That sound also cuts out so beautifully. Oh, hello. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Okay, so it touched the light switch. We're gonna quickly check for fingies then. Did I turn off my eye adaptation? Because it feels really dark even with the little headlight right now. Hogan knows best. Thank you for that 22. Yeah, this map is really cool. I do think, like, people had a lot of criticisms for this map. First of all, because it was so different from the old Asylum, which my big criticism with this map is that it just doesn't feel like old Asylum in any way whatsoever. Like, they just killed old Asylum and then they replaced it with a new one. I mean, I don't think they called it a rework at the time, so... But it replaced the old one, right? So it was a replacement. So then you... I don't think it was ever called a rework, but it's just... The main thing that I really enjoyed about Old Asylum that you completely lose here is, first of all, one of the worst decisions that they have ever made in the history of Phasmo is this stupid as fuck system on Asylum where doors lock themselves during hunts. It is these, like, completely map destroying. It's a map destroying feature that just fucks up this map for me personally. Like, I do not like playing on this map because of that. It just sucks. It just sucks because when you get a hunt, like, either you're locked into this small area for some reason and you just, like, often die with nothing you can do. But way more often than that, you get into a situation where the ghost hunts in an area where you're not even close to it, and then all you can do during the entire hunt is click on this door until it finally lets you through. Like, that's what almost all the time happens to me on this map. Like, it's just not fun. It's not a fun experience. And I think it's a shame that they decided that feature... They decided to do that. I don't think anybody asked for that. They just decided to make that a thing. It's just a shame. They have said that they want to change it to make it so that it will only do that when you're in the same area, but I've said this 100 times about now, and they have said this long ago, and they have never done it, so... They have said that they want to do it, but you can say that you want to do something and then never do it, so... I don't know if we're ever going to see that, but hopefully eventually. Because that would already solve one of the big issues where you just, like, get into a situation that the ghost hunts somewhere else and then you just can't do anything, you know? It's just not fun. And then another thing that people had criticism about is that this map has some, like, really crazy... like, we should check that out. I want to quickly actually interact with the ghost a little bit before we start roaming, and, like, I want to go to a specific area, like the restricted area. Because that area looks so crazy, like, they did some fucked up human experiments here, that it becomes immersion breaking. Because, like, we're not, like, sent by the Men in Black. We're not, like, an undercover CIA government agency that tries to cover up, like, murders caused by ghosts, right? Like, that's not our purpose. We're just ghost hunters. And the fact that those areas exist mean, like, if you would find those as a ghost hunter, you would be like, all right, time to report this to the police because there's clearly been some human murder here that was not caused by the ghosts, but actually done by evil scientists. But obviously, that's not a thing because this is not a story game, so you don't do that, which, like, takes you out of the experience. I can see how that takes you out of the experience. I do think it's cool. I think it's, like, a nice, spooky thing. But yeah, it definitely... is a bit silly. Anyway, I need, I guess, a smudge stick. And then we have all the other things already in there, I think. But it's not really gonna do very much. Yeah, the main thing that I really enjoyed about Old Asylum was these long, empty hallways, man. Like, I have screenshots of, like, I mean, I guess it was on 90 FOV, but there is screenshots on that map where if you stand on one end of the hallway, you could see the door at the end of the hallway. It would literally be the size of the little red dot on the screen right now. Like, maybe not literally, but, like, it would be absolutely minuscule. That's how far you could see. Like, you could see so far down these empty hallways. And it led to these moments that I definitely miss on this one, where you had, like, not heard anything, because there were no cursed possessions at the start, so you were just walking around aimlessly, looking for the ghost, and then suddenly you turn a corner, and you see that a door has been opened, and like a small beam of light is shining out of the door at the end of the hallway. So you know that between, like, the ghost is right there. You know that that's not supposed to be that way. But you're really far from it. So that moment where you have to, like, drag yourself to the ghost room, you can see far in the distance. There's a ghost right there. I know I'm gonna go far away from my safety getting to the ghost room. And you slowly creep your way towards it, like, dreading having to run out of there in case a hunt happens. Like, it was just this completely separate experience that you just don't have in the game anymore. It's just completely been removed. So I do think we lost a little bit of, like, we lost something when that map got removed. So I do think, I do grieve Old Asylum for that specific interaction with the ghost. I thought was just, like, really cool and really unique. Now, in terms of gameplay overall, this map is much better. Like, there's much more items, much more detail, like a somewhat of a story as well with, like, the Lisa model in the basement having some, like, UV secrets on the wall. Like, there's much more to it, but just the simpleness was very cool. Anyway, what do we got here? Oh, wait. You maybe? No, you're not a Ure. It's not Spirit Box. It's not writing. Freezing after... No. Can you give me a sign? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? And it definitely felt more in line with, like, a normal asylum. Holy shit! Instead of it being, like, this obviously human experiment type asylum. Okay, well, we have no writing, no freezing, so no demon, no freezing, no spirit box, no freezing, no ghost orbs. Wait, are we actually just, like, cruising? Is this not for real? Or a Goryo? It might actually be a Goryo this time. Because what else could it be? Maybe EMA 5? Could be like EMA 5 or dots right now, I think. It's not freezing, right? Because it's... Yeah, it's not freezing. So then we also know it's not... Wait, we checked for ghost orbs, right? Let me check again. Where did I put the camera? Did you throw the camera, you piece? I put it down somewhere, didn't I? Wait. Oh, you threw it all the way over here. What the fuck? Definitely not orbs. Excuse me. Okay. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Could be a poltergeist, maybe. Then it would be... What would it be? Excuse me. Rude. Thought it was on for a second. EMF 4. Okay, so, we know it's not spirit box and writing, so it's not a poltergeist, actually, then never mind. We know it's not ghost orbs. I'm ruling out evidence in nightmare mode. If you have 2 evidence that you know it can't be either of them, you know that any ghost that has both of those evidences is impossible, so you can rule them out that way. We don't know dots and we don't know EMF. Those are really the only ghosts that are still available, right? Yeah. Only... Oh, hello. There's not a shade, but we already knew that. Okay. Probably should go. Oreo. Guess I could see it this way, but... That looked kind of Ura-ish, but... Probably gonna hunt again. Can you give me a sign? Do the dots, man. Holy throw, though. What? It's kind of doing big enough throws for it to be... Oh, man, too late. It's very tight window. For it to be... poltergeist, but it shouldn't be a poltergeist because it threw the writing book. Nice. It threw the writing book and it did not do freezing, unless it's freezing now. Pretty. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here right now. There's definitely no ghost orbs. Yeah, it loves throwing stuff. We should just get a hunt here. Can't be Banshee as well, right? Shouldn't be a Gallo because it's in a bunch of salt, no? Phantom is impossible. Did it turn off the breaker? I don't think so. Did not. We should just get a hunt right now then. And because not only is there just not enough of these long empty hallways, because even these like long hallways are not empty, right? So you don't get the same experience here where because there's always like something blocking line of sight, which once again is done for performance issues, because when there's something blocking you, you can hide the stuff that's behind it and you don't have to render it and you save a bunch of performance that way. It's not a djinn. Sounds normal, right? Not a miling. We should do a bake. Hey! Doesn't seem like a bake. Uh-oh. Run! Uh-oh. Let's see. So, not an Obake, not a djinn. It's normal speed, right? So, it's actually a Goryo this time? It's kind of a mess right now because we ruled out some of these ghosts because of the evidence and then other ghosts because of the actual behavior. So, I don't know if I made any mistakes. Like, if it ends up being one of the evidence that I ruled out, obviously we're gonna be in trouble, but I felt like I checked for it so many times. Like, how do you... I mean, I guess we could check for dots, but I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm gonna take the pills because I quickly want to show you the... we're gonna take a dot, or a smudge as well. I want to show you the restricted area in case you haven't... Because I don't go here very often. I want to see it again. Twins again, guys. I should also take the UV, actually, because then there's more secrets with the UV, which is really cool. I mean, Goryo, when you get no evidence, you usually are thinking Goryo, which is why I was thinking Goryo before, when we got the surprise twins believer win, which made up for it. Because it wasn't It wasn't fast, right? It was just normal. Like, I was over here, and it stepped out of the room, and it didn't get any faster right away, so it's not a djinn. Anyway, so yeah, the door's locking makes it so that you can't have these moments where you, like, have the ghost hunt in one area, and then suddenly you come face to face with the ghost. It just leads to basically, like, you're either right there with the ghosts in the same area, and then you have a spooky experience, or you will just not find the ghost during a hunt. Which is just... And that makes me even more upset, because that's something that could just be fixed. Like, there's just... They just decide not to. Like, they decided to implement it this way, and just make it so that you will, like, more often than not, have no interaction with the ghost during, like, 90% of the hunts on this map. Because most of the time the hunts happen when you're, like, going back to the truck, and then you get hunted right before, and then the door is closed, and you're just sitting there doing nothing. And what felt so ominous about the old asylum is that it was at a time when no matter where you were, your flashlight would be blinking. Remember that? So you would have the flashlight go crazy even when you weren't anywhere near the ghost, which led to you, like, having this tension where it was like, is the ghost gonna find me? Or no? And then sometimes the hunt would just end and you would be like, oh, I guess I'm okay. Yeah, this room, for example, this is the room I think that people mostly reference when they are like, yeah, this map seems a little unrealistically try-hard. Because, first of all, how the fuck do you get this to be like this? Like, did someone... This is like a Resident Evil fucking head explosion room. This is some shit you would see in Resident Evil. Like, not in Phasmo, the supposedly realistic ghost hunting game. Like, come on now. So yeah, I mean, I love this room for just the sheer absolute ridiculousness of it. Like, having a ghost here with the squishy noises and, like, every time this gets thrown, by the way. Makes, like, meat slap sounds. Like, come on. Yo, welcome in, Raiders. How you guys doing? We're doing a bit of a tour of the new maps, which I am counting Sunny Meadows as a new map. Just talking about them. What do we like about them? What do we not like about them? So if you have any opinions about that, feel free to share. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. And welcome in. Thank you all for coming. So yeah, we were talking about how this room is fun, but also very ridiculous, because it's it's a room filled to the brim with meat all over it, which doesn't really seem to fit in with the somewhat grounded, realistic ghost hunting experience they're going for in the rest of the maps. Yeah, there's also, like, I mean, these rooms here with, like, the torture fucking chairs with all the... And the fact that they have so many of them is also insane, by the way. Because you would, like, one of these rooms is already crazy. But you're telling me they needed, like, 7 of these rooms to parallel torture all these people at the same time? Like, they have, like, 4 rooms where they can torture people all at the same time. And then one of them literally just exploded. Industrial level torture, right? And then this room as well, by the way, where you have all the brains in jars. Is this still bugged? Or did they fix this? Wait. Oh, you can't even pick it up anymore. Oh, come on. There was one of these where if you picked up the jar, it would just, I think it was that one. You could pick up the jar and then the brain would stay outside of the jar. So you would have like a floating brain. Anyway. Yeah, you got all these, like, weird things. You get these teeth right there. You get this little bath of very pixelated teeth. What the hell? What's going on there? They're, like, slightly floating, by the way. You see that? They're, like, moving around, but you can barely see them right now. I don't know what's going on with the rendering of that. Anywho, we should have a Goryo here. I want to show you... we should end with the one game on Tanglewood. Because I think Tanglewood is, like, a really good type of rework that I'm really glad to have seen now. And hopefully, when they do Ridgeview, Edgefield, and Willow, we're gonna see them all in that type. And, because I don't know if you guys, like, the people that just came in as well, have played much on Old Asylum. Oh, wait, I should just show you this real quick, the UV secret. Yeah, you're right. In this room right here, there is this is an isolation cell covered in some blood. This is where Lisa Well, we call her Lisa, but that's our name. That's not the official name. I don't know. I don't think she has a name. I think officially she's called Patient 7. If you have a UV, you can see that she was here for a long time. A very, very long time. 20 years. Yeah, someone tallied it and it was like 20 years or something if it was days, I think. Now we can see that she did not ever leave this place, unfortunately, because you can actually see Lisa right here in the morgue at the very edge. Which these hallways are very creepy. Like, I still think it's a really cool map. It's just that the old asylum had such a liminal space feel to it that was really unique. Yep. Rest in peace. Now she's just stinky. So many flies. There she is. Rip. Which, by the way, this is the other looping spot where you can loop ghosts that are crouched. It's, I think, really the only other looping spot like that, besides the one that's new on Tanglewood. Alright, well, let's get the hell out of here. There's, of course, like, lots of rooms here. We didn't go to every room. I mean, this is actually one of the big maps that I go to the most, because this is where you do the Apocalypse Challenge, you know? So you've probably seen me play on this map far more than you've seen me play on, like, prison and high school, so... I think we don't have to go into every single room, spend like an hour walking around here looking at all the little details. There is, however, a pretty cool secret on this map as well. So the one with the burning crucifix. The other one is that this is the only way to get this. If you've never... You can go to items here, and then you can look at cursed possessions. If you look at the monkey paw, it says found wishes. And then it shows you the different wishes. Which, the way you find these... is not, I don't think you can get them this way, by doing these wishes, and then they will show up once you've gotten them successfully. I think the only way to show them, maybe that's how it works, but how I found these is you can find these little, little notes on Asylum that will show you all of the wishes. So, for example, here, there is this little tag. Wait, did they move it? I swear it was there. Wait a minute. Did they change this? Wasn't there a tag here? Well, apparently it's not there anymore. The ghost threw it during a hunt. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh yeah, it did come here. Wait, maybe it did. Okay, well, in that case, we're not gonna find it. They're really hard to find. They're like all over the place. I remember spending a bunch of time going around. There's these like little... notes that just have like a wish on it. It's the same stuff that's on the monkey paw. You know how the monkey paw has this like little tag on it that says like, I don't know what it says actually, but those type of tags is what you're looking for. Now, unfortunately, is there one at the waiting room in the front? Just so I can show you one of them. Because unfortunately it threw that one. In the office room, or is it waiting room? There you go. This one. These are the ones you're looking for. This says, I wish for activity. Or anything. I wish for anything? Wait, what even is that? Wait, that's not even a wish I got in here. What does that do? I wish for anything? What? What does that do? Does anybody know what that does? It's just random? Oh, wait, really? I didn't even know you could do that. Well, I guess I learned something. Okay, so that one doesn't show up in the book, I guess. Or maybe, no, it doesn't show up at all. That's an interesting random wish. I had no idea that was a thing. That's interesting. Okay. That's something apparently, but they will usually say, I wish for activity, I wish to see the ghost, like all of these. If you go around and you pick them up, once you pick them up, they will show up in the book over here. So that's another thing that you can get on this map. Anyway, should be Goryo, right? Unless we made yet another mistake. Are we gonna get it wrong 3 times in a row? Let's find out. I mean, we didn't see the Goryo dots because it fucking sucks. It was a Goryo this time. All right, there we go. So before we do a Tanglewood run, I want to quickly show you something silly, that I find silly at least, on Maple Lodge, which is also like kind of... Oh, my game is frozen. Kind of why I don't feel like Maple Lodge... Like, when I was thinking of a campsite map, I was thinking of a map that really is like different with every weather. Like when it's snow, there's snow piles everywhere and there's like little snow on the roof, you know? And when it's when it's sunrise weather, it's gonna be like really bright. Wait, where's sunrise? What the fuck? Oh, there we go, sunrise. So when it's sunrise weather, you would expect that this is a bright map, right? You might think that. Well, that would be a grave mistake because look at this. I'm not gonna spin right now because we're not gonna play. It actually, unless they changed this in the latest update, maybe they did. Nope. This is what it looks like. Which, I don't know, man. I don't really feel like this is very good. Apparently, when I pointed this out to CJ, he said that he used many reference images and this is what it's supposed to be looking like. I'll believe you. I'm not gonna argue with like an actual, like an artist that does this for a living. But I just, if this is what it looks like, it shouldn't look like this. Real life sucks. That's what I'm gonna tell you then. Like, I mean, maybe when it's like actually like exactly that time where it's just like barely getting light, but it's still like in the middle of the night. Like, yes, I can see that, but it's not like a full sunrise then, right? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's crazy to me that this is what sunrise weather looks like on this map. Like, are we fucking for real right now? Like, how stupid is this? Anyway, what's even more stupid than sunrise looking like that? Oh, my game just crashed. Well, apparently, CJ heard us say that and he hacked into the mainframe. Well, what I was gonna show you, but I'm gonna have to restart the game real quick, is that fog weather is even more stupid on that map. And I can show you that in just a second. Because one might think, stupidly, how silly could you be that fog makes it hard to see? This would be a grave mistake, because what actually is the case is that fog is the best weather for visibility on the outside maps, which, like, look at this. You can see perfectly everywhere. Everything is fully illuminated, bright. It's like I'm walking on sunshine right now. It's absolutely beautiful. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's why, as someone who originally wanted to have a campsite map, I didn't want it to be like this. But anyway, I still enjoy this map. I still like going to it every now and then. I definitely think it could be a lot better though. I have a feeling that we got pretty negative. We started off really positive and then we got more and more negative, but that's just because I think that, oh wait, I shouldn't leave because then it might be spoilers. It might be an accidental believer win, which I don't want to. We didn't spin for that one, so we're gonna cut it. We're gonna do one more game on Tanglewood because I want to end on a positive note because I think they absolutely crushed with the new Tanglewood, and this might be a new era for reworks where we're gonna get reworks that are gonna like stay true to the original experience that we all know and love, and then also make it like on par with the current quality of models and like interactions. Anyway, we got Phantom. Let's see what we get. It's rainy, but I don't think it's gonna be Blood Moon because it's too loud. Because the Blood Moon is currently slightly bugged on this map where the rain doesn't play its audio, strangely enough. Yeah, Tanglewood, and it's also not so dark. Like, look at this, you can see somewhat. Which, by the way, are the lights on during a sunrise? Because during sunrise, you cannot see anything, by the way. You cannot look this way at all. It's all just pitch black. Like, you're telling me that during night, it's pitch black? Or during night, you can see, and then during sunrise, it's pitch black. That doesn't make much sense. But maybe that's how it works in real life. I don't know. I don't really tend to be outside in the middle of the night, because I'm a streamer, and I go to bed far too late. Because I'm a degenerate gamer. Here we are, baby. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, I heard a sound. Catophile, thank you for the 3 months. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so good, and it's still like the same map, except the kitchen island, of course. But we got a better, or well, not a better, but we got a similar loop right there to make up for it. Is that over here? Ooh, that was not over there. It's in the dining room. Well, hello there. They did lose the pool because there used to be a pool outside. Can you give me a sign? Hello, Ghosty. gonna grab some stuff. It still has that like super snappy, like you find the ghost room so fast, even when you're not using the cursed possession, and then you just like instantly start investigating. The room is really close no matter where it is, so you can just quickly bring in the equipment. There's good looping spots, so the gameplay's really fun during hunts. Like it's just such a good map for learning the game, and even like you can play this map on your first round, and you can play it when you've played 10,000 games, and you can have fun all the same. Any Orbeez? No Orbeez. Can you give me a sign? Where are you?
It's far and wide.
Ooh, far. I feel like when they rework eventually, like the prison, because I do kind of, man, that weekly challenge from, what was it? The week that the Tanglewood rework happened. The weekly challenge was on prison. So many people in the comments were like, I fucking hated this one. This was the worst thing ever. I had such a good time with that weekly challenge. You should watch that video because it was such good hunts. We had such, like, 3 incredibly... It really felt like I got teleported back in time to old Phasmo. Like, those 3 hunts felt like how the game felt, like, in 2020. It was kind of wild. It was a really cool, like, 3 games where we had these, like, strange moments. Like, we had a cafeteria ghost. The balcony strat was crazy, dude. That was so good. Like, what? Oh, shit! Bro, they got launched at me. You threw the cookie tin at me? Rude. Damn, that was a big throw. So yeah, I feel like we are gonna get like a similar type like asylum situation where when they eventually rework prison and high school, which by the way I think they should, because most people don't like those maps, we are gonna lose the like liminal space-esque nature to them right now, because they just have this like openness to them that just leads to these old-timey Phasmo moments where you have, like, the ghosts run at you from really far down the hallway. Like, before you can even hear them, they're already super, super fast because they saw you from extremely far away. Hallway ghosts, we'll never get those again, unfortunately, because those were... I mean, I'm saying unfortunately now, looking back at how unique that was, but man, was it fucked at the time. It was definitely not good for the gameplay, but it did lead to some cool moments where you just were like spending an hour on one game because it was fucking impossible. Yeah, we don't have a mare. We have writing. Hello there. And wait, writing and spirit box. Wait a minute, guys. But it's probably a poltergeist because that throw was crazy, right? We can do a hunt though. Yeah, I gotta show you this room too, by the way. Let me get a video real quick. No. No! Rude. Go! Got it. Nice. Just making sure to get some media at least. There we go. We have the tarot cards. The hobby room right here is very different. Hello there, mister. Look at that. No longer a bedroom. Now it is a puzzle room for grandma, I think CJ said. Unfortunately, either grandma or grandpa has passed away. Unless these are the ashes of another family member. I guess that's also possible, to be fair. I kind of dislike that they add that. I feel like that's too definitive, right? It just leaves less up for fun interpretation. Because now we know, like, one of them is dead, right? Unless they just keep ashes of their own parents for some reason. I guess that's possible. I guess it could be a dog's. I guess it still leaves it up to interpretation if you want to really pull at straws, but... it would be more fun if it was like Did they die to the ghost? Did they get away in time? Nobody knows. All right, basement is also, of course, really cool. I already showed you this. Like, look at that. This whole interactable train set is so sick. This is also a good looping spot, by the way. You do have to crouch loop. No, actually, do you have to crouch loop? I think you do. Compared to before where you could stand up loop. No monkey paw. Do we have a board here? Or no summoning circle? Wait, music box maybe? Did I already find it? Did I just forget? I don't think so, right? Music box is over here now. It's not there. Voodoo is in the nursery, right? There it is. Got a little voodoo doll. This is also a really cool room. This is Nancy's room. They said something, CJ said something about this room when we were playing together, that there was going to be more lore for this room, I think. Like Nancy was going to have a part to play in the story, but he didn't want to mention much about it because obviously they're still working on it. What is happening? What did I just record? Huh? Okay, whatever. I guess it works, but like, what is happening with this? Triple mess! Oh, shit. Okay, we're gonna have to do poltergeist looping. I should also grab like a... Turn this shit off. Should also grab smudgies. What is... Oh, that buzzing sound is coming from that. Which, by the way, has anybody else noticed this? I'm sorry to ruin Phasmo for you. In the lobby, they have fucked up the audio somehow. And there is now a permanent... very low hertz buzzing in the background. It sounds like feedback on a microphone, and it pisses me off. Because every time I think my microphone is broken, because that's what it sounds like when my microphone isn't working properly and I have to fix my audio. So every time I start the stream and I'm setting up my audio, I'm like trying to fix it, and then I realize like, oh fuck, it's the game. It's so annoying. I don't know what, because it wasn't like that before. They added that somehow. I don't know how, but they added that. It wasn't like that before. I don't know if you can hear it Maybe you can't even really hear it on stream, but it's there, I promise, because I've been crashing out over it. What difficulty? We are chilling with some nightmare mode, going to all the new maps. We've already visited all of the other new maps, and we started with Tanglewood and we're ending with Tanglewood just because we love this map. Oh, you can't still... There's a lot of items you can't pick up. Nutty crackle. It's probably gonna be a poltergeist, so we're just throwing some shit in the middle here so that we can get a polter explosion. That'd be sick. Traditional Polish recipes? Wait, what? Polska, whatever the hell? I did not see that before. Polish grandma. Alright. Should we do a hunt? I think it's hunting time. Voodoo doll. I was like still unlocked for a second, forgetting what the cursed possession was. Here we go. What? Oh, you know what happened? I used the the voodoo doll, which made the ghost turn on a light switch, and then it broke the breaker because there were too many light switches. Interesting. No, yeah, the tier 3 crucifix. Good point. It wasn't the crucifix, but yeah, good point. I should take it out. But that's not what just happened. Oh shit. buddy. Come up there. Let's see it, huh? I guess it could... One... Was that 7 seconds? I don't think it was. I think it's actually just a fucking spirit, bro. I think it's actually a spirit. Because it's not a Moroi. Wait, let's check my sanity. Maybe it's actually a Moroi. Because if I was not at 0% or like low sanity, it might still be a Moroi. I don't know about that one, guys. This clearly wasn't a poltergeist. Clearly wasn't a Dio. It turned on a light, so there's really only one option. Because we got all the evidence, right? Well, we got many believer wins, though. We can't really complain. We're gonna get out of here. Let me know. What do you hope they add in terms of new map? We didn't really talk about that, what we want to see in terms of new maps. That's a fun question always to talk about. Maybe we'll do that next time. It wasn't Need a Spirit. So let me know in the comments. Let me know what you would like to see when they do the Ridgeview Edgefield reworks. I don't really know, because I'm so used to these maps. Like, I hope they're not gonna do the thing that they did with Grafton and Bleasdale, because they did kind of say that in some other words, because they've said that they want all of the maps to have their own completely unique personality, which means that it has to mean that they're gonna completely make these maps different, right? Because right now, as CJ said, which is a problem to the devs, I don't really find this a problem, but it's a problem to them, that Edgefield and Ridgeview have like, if you take a screenshot of one of them, new players will not know whether it's Edgefield or whether that's Ridgeview or whether that was old Tanglewood, right? Like, they all kind of have similar vibes. But what I hope they mean with that is that they mean, like, the difference between Tanglewood and Willow, right? Like, Willow and Tanglewood are very different, but they're still, like, street houses and not, like, the difference between Grafton and Bleasdale, where it's, like, Grafton is completely fucked and Bleasdale is, like, a super fancy map, right? So, yeah, there's Sunny Meadows, so what I talked about is the loss of, like, liminal space type maps where you left, like, these really large hallways. We're definitely gonna see that come back when they do the prison and high school reworks. We're probably gonna lose some of that as well, but I'm okay with that now. I've already kind of accepted that it's gone away with Sunny Meadows, but I definitely will miss, like, the cafeteria ghost on prison and the gym ghosts on high school. Like, those will have special places in my heart, which they'll probably add those rooms back in some way, so we're probably still gonna have those situations, but they're probably gonna look a lot different. But I'm curious. I'm hopeful now that we've seen that Tanglewood is a good rework, that the Willow Street House rework won't be super drastic, the Ridgeview and Edgefield rework will still keep the same vibes, and suddenly then, right, if they do these 3 reworks, suddenly we're in a situation where, like, all of the most played maps that I always played on are suddenly completely different. So then the game is visually, like, updated to 1.0 levels, for me at least, for my gameplay, because my gameplay mostly consisted of maps that have been in the game since 2020. Now Tanglewood has finally changed, right? Because I didn't go to Nells Diner, Grafton, Bleasdale very much. Of course, Point Hope I tried to avoid because I don't really like that map, as I've talked about when we were there. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you think, or what you think they should do with the Edgefield and Ridgeview reworks. I hope you enjoyed all of the chatting about the new maps and my opinions on them, which of course is not the definitive opinion. You can have your own, and I encourage that as well. But anyway, if you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join the lovely gamers here in chat, you can join us over at twitch.tv/Instagram. Get the link in the description down below. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.